For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world.
This is the main event.
Dildo Corn is alive.
And kicking. Come on over here, I'll headbutt your ass a couple times, if you know what I'm saying.
This brother breaking off a 40-yard run. This brother.
Come on, zip it.
I hope I didn't piss off Jesus.
You call that a penalty?
Who's number one, though? Who's number one?
It's the LA Clippers.
Oh, shut up!
You're saying it wrong, people. I would get her pregnant.
Fuck you, Triple H.
That just called in and hangs up, you motherfucker. That pisses me off.
Are you in the shower now?
Totally in the shower.
Yeah, dude.
He's not a cokehead.
You mean James?
Stupid idiot.
You're a stupid idiot for getting so uptight over nothing.
Clearly lying. You're clearly just...
Why would I lie?
For attention.
Why would I lie?
Well,
I don't
for
need attention.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. You're a comic.
Yes! Champions! There we go. It is Punch Drunk Sports here at the John Lovitz Video Podcasting Center on All Things Comedy. Punch Drunk Sports here once again with the Mexican and the Fat Man. Very excited. Olympic fever. What is Mexico's gold count right now? What is Mexico's medal count?
I don't think Mexicans are in the Winter Olympics.
Is there one Mexican there?
I don't know. There should be Eskimos, though. It'd make more sense.
There would. Maximos?
Meximos. Yeah, half Mexican, half Eskimos.
Hey, have you guys seen the picture I tweeted last night about Miley Cyrus?
What,
I
that
don't
shit
follow
looks
you
like
on
a
Twitter.
horse?
What?
I'm kidding. I follow you. I just didn't see it.
Oh my God. Dude, this chick is great. She's just going full spread eagle on during her show. If you go to my Twitter account right now, click what I just updated, what I just tweeted about the show, and click the picture, it's insanity. It's insanity. So Talking Marijuana was before us. Brett Riley's after us. Craig Schumacher tomorrow. Owen Benjamin. God, it's chaos. Guys, go to punchdrunksports.com. The punchies are up. The punchies are up. Gotta vote. The 2014 Punchy Awards. Now, can you guys go to that page? Can you put that page up on the big screen?
On it.
Chunky's working on it.
Fat man, get it up.
Have you heard our music?
What do you mean? Are you guys...
It's Chunky and the Spick.
Who made that?
It's Chunky and the Spick.
I prefer Fat Man. What do you want, Chunky or Fat Man? Joining us, my guest
Fat
today,
Man.
Jason Tebow, everybody.
I do like Fat Man in the Spick.
Fat Man in the Spick. Fat Man in the Spick. I don't know why.
I love the Olympic look.
It
good
is.
job,
It's
good
3D.
job. Good job, bro.
Can we get the Punchy Awards up? Can we get them on screen? How are you, Tebow?
What's up, buddy?
Where's Dave? Is he coming?
He's coming. Haven't heard from him yet.
I love how it's like, hey, our show starts at noon. Everybody get here at 12:30.
Did Cahuenga, like south of you, like Hollywood, it was like driving through it was like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And you know when somebody
Can you
cuts
make
you
that
off?
bigger, or is that as big as it gets? I mean, bigger on the screen, the whole screen? Yeah, go whole screen on that.
Some surprises so far.
I talked to Tom. I wish you didn't see the voting. Does that take away from it?
What do you mean?
Like,
How you can see results right now?
yeah,
What they're-
so
what they're-
like when and the winner is, everyone knows who the winner is.
Oh, I see what you mean. George St. Pierre running away with it, post-mortem.
Well, let's go over these real quick. Go up to the top so we can go through these. All right, Punch Drunk Sports Host of the Year. Jason Tebow's winning with 41 votes. I have 31 votes. I'm surprised by that. Ari Shaffir, 19 votes.
16 votes.
16?
Yep.
All right, you got better eyesight than me.
Which is surprising because we both have terrible eyesight.
Well, I had a bad coke and porn problem, so that ruined my
What?
eyesight.
Really?
Yeah.
Porn ruined your eyesight?
Yeah, you stare at it too long, it ruins your eyeballs. Go down. Next up. I don't know what this... we have best caller and then we have male caller. It should just be male of the year. You know what I'm saying? But we got best caller.
No, is that I think that's best correspondent, right?
No. Go up. Go up a little.
Oh, I got you. Best caller, yeah.
George St. Pierre is running away with it with 71% of the votes.
The scary thing about that is someone's going to have to accept that award for him because he might be dead.
No, they was seen.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know if we'll ever hear from him again.
He was seen at the
Gilbert
last
Melendez
UFC fights.
have
Go down.
-1%.
What?
How does Gilbert Melendez have -1% for 0 votes?
Gosh,
How does he
dude.
go down the percents for not getting a vote? It
Hey,
makes no
dude,
sense.
it's weird Mexican math. Go down. Male caller of the year. I don't know how this is different.
But the fuck you Tripoli guy's running away with that one right now.
Oh, God. It's fucking pissing me off.
I think you should have to accept that award unless he shows up. I don't know if he ever would show up. He may show up in like a Mexican wrestler's mask.
All right, go down. Female caller of the year. Who's running away with it? Mac Hard.
Sammy,
No.
I
what's
better
weird-
win this award, baby.
Fake cum dumpster is beating real cum dumpster.
Yeah. Mac Hard's going to be tough to beat. Sammy, I'm going to get it down there and accept that
No,
award.
here's what's pissing me off. And I refuse. This is the last time I'm going to get excited or say anything about it.
Doubt it. Find that hard to believe. Find that very hard to believe.
Fuck up of the year. Somehow I am winning this category over James and more in particular the Fat Man.
Yeah, you're
Man's
beating
like-
me, and I'm nominated twice.
Fat Man only has one vote, and I have a weird feeling he voted for himself just to be involved in anything.
No. I have 11 votes. See, I'm at the top as well.
Oh, okay.
So you have 11 votes. I have 20 votes. How am I got 20 votes for multiple reasons?
Just think back on your life. You'll know what you've done.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Studio of the Year, which is an interesting one.
Studio of the year. The John Lovitz Club. This one is winning.
People love it here.
Yep.
People like this studio.
I'm so pissed you can see the results. It takes away. What's the next one?
Best in studio guest. And another surprise. Brian Redband running away with this. Now, mind you,
Unbelievable.
at that time you weren't here.
Yeah.
We were at the joint,
Yeah.
which is 3 blocks from his house.
Yes.
You could throw a rock to his fucking apartment from there.
That's true.
He shows up 20 minutes late,
Asshole.
hungover,
Asshole.
smoked pot the whole time, and knew nothing about sports. And somehow he gets guest of the Tiana's been here 1,000 times. David Taylor's been here a bunch.
Jeff Dennis was great. 1 vote.
And that's probably Jeff that voted for himself.
Tate Fletcher isn't even.
Bro, I don't know what to tell you.
All right, go back. We'll go down.
People like Red Band.
Best episode ever. This is driving me fucking nuts. Why would I lie? Dude, there's no way that Dildo Corn wasn't better than Why Would I Lie?
Gay Porn and Richard Sherman.
Yeah.
Those ones as well.
Gay porn was way better than Why Would I Lie? What are you doing, voters? Go down again. What's
People
next?
like to light your fire. People like when the train goes off the tracks for Sam Tripoli.
Dustin is taking off with it. Dustin's taking off with correspondent of the year. And to go down, I want to go down to the Katie Brown Ethnic Excellence Award. Who's winning that one? Is it? I have a bad feeling Danielson's running away with it.
I think it is Danielson.
Gotta be, man. That guy.
Poor Renee and Vicente. They worked so hard on this fucking show.
Anthony Johnson works his ass off.
I've been here since the beginning, damn
Yeah,
it.
Day one.
You've been day one, yeah.
Dude, okay, real quick.
You've been all 4 studios.
Tell our listeners why they should vote for you for Katie Brown Ethnic Excellence Award.
Because I'm the shit. No,
Yeah.
I've been here since the very beginning.
Yeah.
I've watched the show grow. And I feel like I've been a part of this.
I mean, you were
entire-
gone one day and the fat man fucked the whole thing up.
Yeah. See what happens.
I can't get this.
Vicente edits everything, all of our videos, all of our stuff. How come he's not getting votes?
Makes our theme song for us.
Yes, just ridiculous. Who's the caller? Doesn't say anything.
He's getting it.
Keyboard's not working.
Keyboard's not working apparently.
God,
Let's just guess. How about we guess?
Okay, just take the call.
Let's just take the call.
Who is
Okay.
it?
This is old school, just blindly taking a call.
Yeah. Okay, are you live? It looks like it's frozen.
He's scrambling.
Fat man is fucked up again.
That does
Is the
look like
whole
it's frozen.
system just jacked right now? Are we even recording?
We are
I-
recording, yes.
I have a really bad feeling this is not
I
recording.
gotta text Yusuf the number.
Set this keyboard.
Yusuf is playing. You hear about this basketball game?
No.
On their podcast, Occasionally Awesome, which I did. It's a great podcast, also on All Things Comedy. Nick Yusuf, good friend of ours, is playing Kevin Christie in basketball, and they're going to do a podcast, kind of like our golf episode,
Yeah.
because they're both like probably like mediocre to not that good,
Yeah.
but they're both like not like they're not athletic.
Right.
So they're going to have a whole basketball off, and David Taylor's been working with Nick, and then me and Nick and Dave after this are going to go at like 3:30 and shoot around, let him get some just rebound for him and stuff. So he's going to call in and talk about that and kind of hype it up a little
So,
bit.
let me ask
It'll be
you-
interesting to see. I'm definitely want to go watch those two play one-on-one.
I'm going to tell you, I think Kevin Christie takes that.
I mean, Nick's big, he's long, he's left-handed.
Yeah, but he wears skinny jeans.
Sure.
His pants don't move very
So does
fast.
Kevin.
Does he?
Yeah, dude. It's like two hipsters playing basketball. Neither one of them's probably shot a ball since 8th grade up until now. Now,
All right,
now
let's-
they're training like a fucking
Let's get into some sports.
Silver Lake Rocky.
Something's definitely going wrong over there.
I was just talking about basketball. That's sports. That counts
that
as
is
sports.
true, that's true.
It counts as sports. I don't know
That's true.
how you
Oh, do you want to
fucking
talk?
do that.
How about let's talk real sports? Are we recording? That's all I want to know.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We got STAC Systems is loading, guys. Who's excited about that?
Dude, what do you think about? I know what you think about it, but
I know. You know what I think about
the
it.
dunk contest.
Okay. I did a.
Overall All-Star weekend. I mean, the All-Star game is what it is. It's just 175 to 172. It's just no defense, whatever. It's always been that. It's always going to be that. I'm talking more in particular All-Star Saturday with the fucking everything for the children, and the dunk contest is now fucking nobody
Wu-Tang's
loses.
for the children.
Now nobody loses. The team thing, it's stupid, dude. They got the dunk contest is not even entertaining anymore.
Will you go on punchdrunksports.com and see my article I wrote about it? And it's simply
I mean, I could do that, but we're on a podcast now, so why don't we talk about it?
okay. Well, yeah.
I could
wasn't
sit here and
telling
read your
you,
article.
you fuckhead. I was telling people who are listening to go check it out. I listed 6 ways to change the Save the Dunk contest. Number 1, get rid of Charles Barkley. He's an idiot. I'm tired of hearing him bitching about how shitty it is, man.
He's like the old guy on the Muppets combined into one.
Yeah. Now, if you
sucks, rah, rah. Twitter, you're not going to get anything. Rah, 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 rah.
If
He
you-
shits on everything.
Right. And if you watch the old dunks that they used to do, they're phenomenal. But I'm sorry, but some of the dunks the guys are doing now are way crazier than what they used to do. And yeah, they miss some because they're really going for it, man. I mean, if you look at like the crazy dunks that like Dominique did, they were amazing. But they're just normal dunks. Like, these guys are doing insane shit. We need Charles Barkley to shut the fuck up. Number 2, we have to understand, until we solve gravity and the laws of physics, there's only so much a human being can do. I think these people want them to jump from, like, half court and dunk the ball, or fly through turn into fire and become the Human Torch and dunk the ball. There's only so much you can do as a human being.
Yeah.
Next, they're going to be shooting him out
In
of
the late,
cannons and shit.
in the mid 2005, 2000, somewhere around there, they started to get ridiculous. They started to do too many gimmicky things. They're going to bring in a phone booth, and then I'm going to put on a cape and set up this whole thing. We're going to bring out a gospel choir to sing,
Yeah,
I Believe
I
I
heard
Can
that.
Fly, while we park a fucking brand new Kia that someone's going to jump over, and it becomes a giant commercial. Just dunk the fucking basketball.
Yeah, here. Here's
I have
what it
a
is.
one-prong. Keep telling yours, but I have a one-prong solution. And
Okay.
it's easy.
Real quick, the problem is that the dunk contest is like Saturday Night Live. It's not meant for old men. It's meant for kids. Kids watch Saturday Night Live. Kids watch the dunk contest. We enjoy it, but it's meant for kids. So all these dunks that we've seen 1,000 times, the kids have never seen. So next thing, get
Maybe.
rid of. I think the NBA should be allowed, and they should collective bargain agree to this, that for the first 8 years that you're in the NBA, they should be able to make you do the dunk contest twice. They can ask you to do it twice, and you have to do it. Therefore, if you have LeBron James in his first 8 years dunking in that 8th year, guess who he's going up against? Blake Griffin. Now you got a battle. You have to force these guys to fucking do it.
That's my solutions. That's it. That's my solution. It's two people. It's the megastar showdown that we want, the super fight, and it's just LeBron and Blake. You each get 6 dunks, and that's it.
What? And then I had another one.
It's 8 people I don't even know.
Have the NBA players pick. They got to pick 6 guys that they would want to see in the dunk contest, and from that pool, the NBA picks who they want to put in. Why not let the players who get dunked on pick who's the best dunkers?
All right.
It's like the comic. Who's the best comic out there? The comics will tell you who the best comic
Or
is.
even fans. I'd even say let the fans vote.
Fuck Look at the voting on our thing. Fuck fans. Why would I Lie's a better episode than Dildo Corn?
The fans get to vote who the fucking winner is on Twitter.
Well,
That's
I'm against
more
that
stupid.
Too. I'm against that too.
That's even dumber. You let the fans pick. These are the 6 we want. Then the NBA goes, okay, it's you against you.
Here's another one. They have to have a 7-foot Euro, just white European, just stand there, and they just get dunked on. They get dunked on, and for every time they try to block a dunk and they can get away with block, they get like $100.
European from which country?
Wherever, whatever. Spain? What are you trying to test whether I know what fucking countries are in Europe, fat man?
You
I'm
mean
just curious which country you'd like to see getting dunked on.
You mean guys
Who do
that
you
are-
hate the most?
Spain,
Which
Spain,
particular
Greece.
European do you hate?
you
A
mean
lot of people hate the
7-footers that are
French.
already in the NBA?
Or just any 7-footer.
Okay.
White 7-footers. They can get posterized. Just get Mozgovs all day.
All right.
And the final one is, let's face it, if the NBA didn't need the dunk contest, they would have gotten rid of it. Everything is foreplay to the dunk contest.
Well, there's a reason that it is the headlining event on Saturday. It's the one that you're like, oh, I want to see the dunk contest.
Therefore, the NBA should put its money where its mouth is and put up $500,000. Half of it goes to charity, half of it goes to the player. There you go. Now you'll have people playing to fucking win.
Dude, this shit that they had, like, everybody's playing for some kid that gets some sort of scholarship, and then their town gets all this boys and girls money, and it's the West against the East, and you just vote on which side you thought was
Get
better.
rid of Mariah Carey's husband, too.
Oh,
Fuck
my
that
God.
guy.
Oh, my God.
I don't There's just this weird thing where, like, I love Kevin Hart. He's fucking great, and I couldn't be happier for his success. But after that,
keep it in the fucking
these
family.
shitty fucking black comedians.
Get all of these people out of it.
Nick Cannon, get the fuck out of it. Why is Nick Cannon talking more than there's dunks?
Why is there a fucking 45-minute rap video before the 3-point fucking contest? I don't need to see a fucking Kanye West lip sync concert.
You know what happens?
Or whoever the fuck it was.
These suits overthink it. It's the same thing. What's happened to the NBA All-Star Weekend has happened to the NFL Draft. The NFL Draft is getting unwatchable. When you have Roger Goodell introducing a famous Dolphin player who's going to introduce the pick,
I don't mind that.
That's too much.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I hear what you're saying, but that would be like in 5 years during the NFL Draft, in between each round, and here to sing, it's Shakira. And you're like, I'm watching the draft. What the fuck does Shakira have to do with anything? There's one round where they pick like an all-time great from your team to announce the pick. They only do it one round. It doesn't bother me as much.
So if
as
I'm like, hello everybody, please welcome Sam Tripoli. Hello everybody, I'm here to introduce Jason Tebow. Then you walk out
Yeah.
and you're like, I'm here to introduce Ari Shaffir. It just makes no sense. Why not just have a voice of God? Please welcome Punch Drunk all-time great of all time, Jason Tebow. Why do I have to walk out, get FaceTime, then he has to walk out, you get FaceTime, then you introduce fucking
well,
Ari?
Goodell announces every pick.
Yeah,
Except
but
for
if you're
the
gonna
one.
do these long, if you're gonna have these legends, you don't need to get down. My point is, there's too much going on. It's too much.
I mean, that's a fucking 12-hour show. I mean, they need something to keep you awake. You're like,
Yeah,
oh shit, there's Dion announcing our pick. I like that. As a diehard fan, I
Okay,
like
get
that.
you. But you and I, well, I love basketball the way you love football, so maybe we're more tolerant of little things than.
But I mean, my difference is like in the middle of it, it's like, and here to it's like, what the fuck does Shakira or whoever the fuck start the fucking dunk contest?
Let me tell you something, dude. That dunk that Paul George did, where he went like between his legs, 360 slam. You take that and you put that when Jordan went against Neek, he wins that dunk contest. What that? I mean, that wasn't even an important dunk that night. Dude, what they do now is so insane. It's so beyond anything they were doing. I mean, you remember what? I mean, well, even the Vince Carter when he was like a legend, like all
That might have been the best of all
Tracy McGrady
any
just
performance.
bounces a ball, the ball jumps up, Vince grabs it, windmills it, points to God, and everyone goes crazy. That would be laughed at right now.
Nah, dude, his 5 dunks or whatever he had. Because to me, in the dunk contest, it's like, yeah, you can name everybody had one good dunk. But the difference between like Vince Carter back then, Jordan back then, Dominique back then, all 5 of their dunks, not only were they good as a body of work for 5 dunks, they didn't really miss a lot of dunks.
Because they weren't. They were
Now
doing
it's like, I gotta
basic
watch
dunks.
I mean, Vince Carter's dunks were not basic dunks by
they-
any means.
No, dude, I'm telling you, they're not some insane jumping over this fucking crazy shit that they have to do now just so Charles Barkley doesn't go, that's terrible.
Yeah, that
That's
is what
terrible.
it does. That is what it does. And you know what? He's always like, you know, Barkley's become. He's become the NBA's version of your grandfather being like, back in my day when I had to walk to school, we had to walk uphill both ways with no shoes on in the cold. His memory is getting that old guy memory from like back in the day when it was him and Jordan and Bird and Magic and Dr. J and Patrick Ewing, and he name drops all these people like they couldn't fucking bang in these, like the people these days couldn't bang back then.
Yeah.
And the truth is, they could.
Oh, yeah, Blake Griffin, if he played way back in the day, would fuck people up.
Dude, imagine fucking Kevin Durant, the problems he would have created.
Yeah.
With the you think he creates mismatches now?
Yeah.
This guy's 7'1", can dribble, can shoot a 3, lights out.
Yeah.
There was nobody in the NBA back then that could do that.
I agree, dude. It's just stupid.
I mean, David Robinson was an anomaly back then.
Yeah.
Because he was a center that wasn't fat and can dribble a little bit.
Well, he didn't have that weird build that 7-footers have with these insanely long legs and these little kind of torsos where they had to walk like it was some Cirque du Soleil character.
Back then, centers never left the paint.
Yeah.
Your job was to block shots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, they had the 3-second rule just because all of a sudden, wow, man, there's a couple 7-footers in there. It's starting to get unfair.
Yeah.
We better change the rules a little bit.
I'm just, I mean, back to All-Star Weekend, it's just like, I like it, dude. I like 160 to 150.
I don't mind. Like I said, the game is the
Why are we
game.
bitching
That is
about
no.
that?
I'm not bitching about that.
I know.
I'm bitching about the Saturday thing. Here's another thing I don't care about. I'm gonna watch a whole entire round of 2 people doing drills. You're dribbling around these cones, you make a bounce pass, you shoot a free throw, then you shoot a top of the key 3-pointer, and then you do a layup. I'm watching 8th grade drills? Who gives a fuck? I'm watching people do this in 8th grade. There's nothing fantastic about watching somebody dribble around cones, and they are doing it like I could give a fuck about this.
You know what
this
one
was
they
a
would
free
love
trip
to
to New
do?
Orleans.
They would love to do horse. They'd love to have them play horse.
Dude, give me a 3-point contest, a dunk contest between Blake Griffin and LeBron, and the super fight, and then I would love to see fucking a horse tournament between 4 people.
The problem is a lot.
Get the WNBA out of the NBA All-Star Weekend too, please. Can you do that for the love of God? Oh my Christ, who gives a shit?
You know what the problem is that no one will tell these bitches, shut the fuck up.
No, the NBA
That's
is...
why. Just women do whatever. Women love being in guy shit. Guys never want to be in women shit.
Dude, it's a
No
lot.
one's going, why is there fucking Larry the Cable Guy on The View? Why can't we get a meat-eating, pussy-pounding fucking man on The View? We'll never have that. We'll get Mario Cantone.
Great
who's queer.
point. Great point. Great point.
It's just fucking stupid. They just love it. I mean, like, let's face it. The WNBA is a tax write-off.
It's a loss leader for them. They have to do it so everybody thinks everything's fair and that the NBA is fair, and they pretend like people like to watch it. You know who watches the WNBA? Anthony Johnson, only because his kids play basketball and they happen to be girls. So he's kind of into it, but he's not really into it. Anthony Johnson, I know better, bro. You're just being a good dad. You really don't like the WNBA. You write these articles so when your daughters get older, they go, he had my back. You were watching the WNBA before your lady pumped out a couple girls.
I love it, dude. I love it that he writes about
So do
women's
I, but we
basketball.
know why he
So
does
do
it.
I.
We know why he does it, and I respect why you do it.
Hey, 818-691-3959. Tweet that shit. What else do you want? You want to talk?
I'm not your secretary. You tweet it.
I just tweeted it. You tweeted too.
I did
faggot.
tweet it.
You know what the NBA All-Star game means?
Mexicans.
We're closer to baseball season. Right around
Yeah,
the corner.
that kind of is where you're around the corner on that. I don't care about it, man. WNBA All-Star Weekend, you know who's not in it? Kevin Durant. Any fucking NBA stars.
Yeah.
The WNBA All-Star Weekend is not loaded with a bunch of NBA players being in their little bullshit tiddlywink contest, whatever they even do. If they even have an All-Star game, get them out of here.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yep.
I don't care what Pepper Sweets does with a two-handed bounce pass. I don't care. I don't even know who these
That
people
one
are.
chick's hot, though. There's a couple hot ones. I'm going to tell you, man, female
course.
basketball players have gotten hotter.
That's
I mean,
fine.
the really good ones are ugly, but there are some sexy ones, like the one from Notre Dame. What's her name? Sky or some shit?
Skylar Stone.
No, not Skylar Stone. That guy's the cokehead from fucking Walking with Dinosaurs.
No, her name's Skylar something.
Skylar something.
Yeah.
She's hot as shit.
Yeah, she went to Notre Dame. She's like,
The girl who was like the #1 scorer in women's basketball Division I last year, smoking hot. Not even like kind of hot, smoking hot. Like, that's what we need. Can we get in this shit about Danica Patrick, too? Can we stop letting everybody who, like, gets a break because they're a certain type of person, then they go around crying that because they're that person, that's why they're getting shit? Can we just talk about that? Like, the fact that Danica Patrick is only getting endorsements because she's a woman racing in a man's league, and then when people call her out on the fact that she really can't compete with them, that she cries sexism. You can't have it both, man. The real truth of the matter is, and I've said this before, I've tried to talk about it on stage when people just get quiet, but the truth is, the more you're in, the more you get made fun of.
and look, man, it's competitive sports. You know what happens in competitive sports? People you got a target on your back. And if you're good, and if you're getting a lot of hype, and if you're getting a lot of hoopla, people are going to start going, hey, man, you ain't as good as you say you are, and they're going to call you out and challenge you. And the way you squash that, you win. You beat me. You prove me wrong. You don't go, time out. You're saying this because I'm white, or I'm a woman, or I'm black, or no, I'm not. I'm saying this because you're my competition.
Right.
You've been talking shit for 5 years, and you can't beat me.
Right.
You know how you solve that? You beat me, and you make me eat crow. That's called competitive sports. Quit with this racism and sexism and all this.
Yeah, it's just stupid, man. I mean, dude, I can understand if somebody's just pounding on her, that's all. That she's the only one that these roasters are making fun of, or these whatever podcast or radio show is making fun of. If she's the only one they're hitting on, I can understand it.
Yep.
But you know what? She's not. They pound on Junior because he can't win anything.
Bro, the other thing is,
but he even wins. He even comes close to winning once in a while. She's hardly ever, maybe once in a while, ever near the front.
here's the thing, you dumb cunt. Okay? you chose to be in a sport of redneck hilljacks.
Yep.
You want to be a race car driver.
What's a hilljack?
A fucking redneck fucking, no teeth, like, hey, we're going to watch car racing.
All right.
Hey, look at them cars going in a circle.
No need to make
Everyone's
fun.
drunk. They're all beating their wives.
Smack hard.
That's your audience. That's a hilljack.
Yeah.
You know, this isn't polo. This
I
isn't
agree, Bob.
fucking golf. This isn't a sport of gentlemen. It's auto racing. It's 100,000 super drunk people in the South watching people drive cars in a circle at 200
agree,
miles
dude.
an hour.
I completely agree. I think it's ridiculous.
Sexism.
I think it's like.
Of course it's sexism.
Oh, perfect. Look who's here.
DT. Of course it's sexism, Danica Patrick. It's auto racing.
My keyword was sexism.
Well, right now we're talking the fact that Danica Patrick and a lot of these lefties. They want their cake and they want to eat it too. Like, she wants all the endorsements from being a NASCAR driver,
Don't even work.
even though she's really not winning anything. But yet she gets really angry when anybody makes fun of her.
And then she calls it sexism
her
card.
out on not performing.
You know who is the biggest opponent of more women in racing?
Who?
Danica Patrick.
Oh, 100%.
Because if it were half women and half men, she wouldn't be special. Even the women would be saying she's terrible. And I'm a liberal too, but a misogynist. The petties are right. And you notice when the one petty, I think it wasn't Kyle, but it was the uncle, came out and said she's god awful, everybody said this. Well, you know I've been awful. You only won, 10 races ever? So then, first of all, those were 10 legitimate races where she won one where it was clearly considered the fix was in. Okay, so let's assume that that's reasonable. He's terrible. Then Richard Petty came out and said, she's fucking awful, and then nobody said anything about it because he's the king.
Right.
Everybody knows she's no damn good, but even the people who, look, NASCAR, everybody in NASCAR understands it's a game. They need her to grow the sport. Maybe not as much as with other sports because it is like a Southern fan base, and they're not a huge. They're more promise keepers than I guess women's rights activists. But everybody knows that they're using her to grow the sport, but they also know she's god awful.
Well, they need a girl who could actually win.
You know, honestly, they don't need a girl who can actually win because that wouldn't be any better than a girl who dresses up in a swimsuit and does GoDaddy ads. They might need a girl actually win. No, actually, they don't need it because think about it. If they had a girl actually win, how would she be treated? Exactly like Danica Patrick. Exactly. They already pretend she can actually win.
No, they
That's
need a
just as
girl that's
good.
going to win that's not hot.
No.
They need a regular chick to win
You
that's
might-
not going to fucking be like, hey, look
No,
at my
they need
tits.
a hot chick that can win.
Honestly, neither one of those benefits them more than Danica Patrick. If they have a regular chick who can win, they're not going to put her
I
ass
think
in a
it would
fucking.
benefit them.
And also, I don't watch a lot of auto racing, but I have driven behind women quite a bit, including on the way here. Hey, Danica, turn your turn signal off, bitch. You're just going in a circle, right?
No,
Who's
I
with
don't
me?
agree with that.
Turn-
I don't agree
turn
with you
signal
calling
on?
her a cunt either. That's
Maybe.
uncalled for. Well, it goes back to like Ronda Rousey and all this stuff. It's like there's this amazing group of women who kind of get pushed to the front of the line.
Well, that's just such a short line.
It's like I call it the Liza Schlesinger of sports.
I didn't see that.
You know who really hates Danica is what she didn't just start in NASCAR.
I'm going to guess Danica.
She started probably her boyfriend who she treats like shit. She started those low levels, and those. I'm telling you from experience, being one of the guys, low level drivers who watched her get vaulted over because she wasn't winning races at the low levels either. She's never been good. Basically, she was finishing.
She's won one race,
And the one race
in
she
the
won-
two series
Yes.
that she in the two type of racings, what NASCAR and I think an international racing league or whatever it's called.
And the story. Have you read the
IRL?
story about how she won it?
IndyCar.
No.
Yeah, she's doing
Is it
NASCAR and
Indy?
IndyCar, yeah.
Indy, yeah. She
The
won-
story about how she won that one race was that there was somebody way ahead who wanted to save fuel and thought she was. They said, well, she's a lap behind, and then they said, well, we didn't know we thought she was a lap behind, and the strong belief is that
They got a call.
Yeah, they got a call. The race officials.
Let her win.
Yeah, said because again, you need her to win one.
But it's your classic thing of born on third base, going through life thinking you hit a triple.
Absolutely. And the best part, too, is Danica Patrick has been, let's be charitable and say,
Dave Taylor's 10 minutes away.
above average attractive her whole life, right? So it's not like she's like had this attitude of entitlement she's been born with and she's never had anybody call her on anything. So this is not somebody who, the big problem with Danica Patrick is that she's kind of an asshole and not like a fun asshole.
Right.
You know, she has personality of Tom Brady, not personality of Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
So as far as ads go, I don't think they need an ugly woman who could drive. I don't think
Tom
they need
Brady
a hot.
has a bad personality.
He has no
just
personality.
boring.
I would argue what they would really need is not a hot woman who can drive or an ugly woman who can drive. How about just a charming woman, somebody who's funny? If you had like a woman who had a good personality, that would be a much bigger.
Yeah, they need like a Tina
Who is
Fey.
the
Yeah.
chick, the famous chick that you know that is cool, laid back, who's successful in the entertainment world, who is fun, cool, laid back, easy to hang out with?
Sarah Silverman.
I'll say this, Sarah Silverman. Sarah Silverman, I'm going to have to give her credit there. We play basketball on Saturdays. And this is not a group of winners playing basketball. This is a low-level, broke tick, and it's a fun game. You know, Sarah Silverman's no damn good at basketball.
She just hangs out with Moses. She smokes pot. She's
she
cool
plays.
and chill.
She's never, and I'm a fucking asshole. And I'm completely addicted to her because she's missing shots. You know, she is always totally cool. She's never an asshole. She is like when I was never a huge fan of her as a person because I didn't know her.
She treated me really poorly in the comedy in the Naughty Show, and it's very hard for me to.
Okay, that's possibly true. I will say
Like
because
really poorly, to the point where I almost committed comedy suicide and choked her out.
my experience, I was shocked. My experience with her was totally cool.
That one shocks me. But okay, if we take her off the board, who else?
And I'll give it to her. I'm willing to move on. I'm not going to hold on to that.
That's just the first name that came to my head.
Look, it's also tough.
Anybody else?
Another thing too, for women, it's harder because you think about guys, right? I can tell you from personal experience, for being a dick, like some people might say David Taylor's an okay guy, and there'd be a lot of people like David Taylor. I hope he catches fire. You know, so it's almost harder for a woman. As a misogynist, I hate to say this, it's harder for a woman because it's hard for anybody to be 100% cool with everybody. You think about anybody. I know like three people who nobody hates. It's like Fraser Smith's one of them.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Let's
Steve
go
Simone's
into-
another one.
Yeah, Steve Simone's another.
Yeah, Steve Simone.
I do want to get into this Olympic conspiracies. Let's go to Laura. Speaking of chicks, Laura.
Hey boys, how's it going?
How
What's
are
up,
you?
babe?
Are you up for Punchy?
Yes, she is.
I am. What the fuck? I've only got 6 votes.
I don't. Why should we vote for you? Why? This is your time to get everybody to vote for you. Why should we vote for you?
You know, by the way, that's a very Danica Patrick question.
I think that honestly, like, I'm the only girl who's called in to actually talk about sports as
again-
opposed to like cum dumpster.
Danica Patrick logic, too. I'm the only girl. It's not a good enough reason to vote for you, Laura. We need a reason.
I talk about sports every single time
I give
call
her
in.
that. She does, and she goes at it with Ari once in a while. So don't forget to vote for Laura. Now, let's talk about this conspiracy theory because Laura is Canadian.
Yeah, I can hear it in the hair of boots.
So the conspiracy is that the Americans and the Russians
Have conspired, yes.
together to give the Russians the group gold and the Americans the dance gold, ice dancing gold. Now, Laura, what's your opinion on that?
Well, I think that when you watch the competitions, like I've never really been into watching the skating before the Olympics, but if you pay attention, they both dance so solid and skate so solid. I mean, they have the same coach. She's Russian, which I can see being a conflict, but
Yeah, your team is very pissed off about that. She coached both teams.
yeah, the scoring.
But we
for
see
me
that in
is
MMA all the time. You'll see
Very common.
one guy who coaches both fighters and he takes a step back and he lets them fight.
Well, I think the reality is, too, like, the Russians aren't necessarily known for the best reputation of playing fair.
I would give you that.
Americans are pretty solid. Like, you can't deny you guys have had a good team, but Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer have been so solid for 17 years, and you can't fault them on their performance.
I agree. I mean, but even though I watched it the other day, Because some of it is great. I mean, it is. I mean, for figure skating, which is never going to show up on my radar of entertainment, it is interesting to watch how well they work together.
You know what they need? They
What?
need another Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan situation with an actual murder.
Yes.
I mean, not this slap it on the knee thing. They need a straight up murder, and then it will vault to the top of
And the
figure
Russians are
consciousness.
beyond that. They'll
Oh,
kill a motherfucker in a
absolutely!
heartbeat.
Not even now. They'll do the poisoning. They'll do the well. What could we expect? You know, it was the food poisoning.
See how they're killing all the stray dogs on the street, poisoning
Yeah.
them?
Yeah,
They'll
do that
you
with figure
say
skaters.
in America, shit happens.
We do one foreign accent, and it's Armenian. It's Mexican, Russian. Doesn't matter. It's all the same voice.
Yep.
All right, Laura. So you say the conspiracy's in, or because you just said that they both did a really great job. So why can't Americans win? Why is it always got to be
Laura,
anti-American?
this doesn't sound like a conspiracy. This just sounds.
Like a sore loser?
Yeah, it really
No,
does.
I don't think that. I think that when you look at it and you actually look at the scoring to say that they were 2 points ahead and they're breaking world records for scoring on both of the American dancing, and then you compare the Canadians, the scoring just seemed off or higher in the favor of the Americans.
That's the thing, man. It's so hard, these kind of
My
like...
rule: any sport with judges is not a sport
Yeah, I was
except
just
for
going to
boxing.
say, ambiguous little... And even that gets so
Yeah,
controversial.
absolutely, yes. And they're beating each other up. They're punching each other in the face, and even then you can't be sure.
What I always find so funny is like when American wins in sports that most Americans don't give a shit about. Like they're like, whenever we win in hockey, I laugh my ass off because Russia and Canada goes fucking
That's all they
nuts.
care about. That's
Yes.
all they care
It's
about.
like someone coming in and beating us at like American football.
Although I will say, Miracle on Ice was a big deal for the Americans. That was a big, the movie was very good.
Yeah, we loved
But
it because we beat the Russians,
well, yes.
During the Cold War.
Yeah.
right? That's
The
the reason
sport
we
itself
loved
is
it.
less important, yeah.
Yeah,
You
but
know-
that's like comparing it to Mighty Ducks movies.
What?
It's like comparing it to the Mighty Ducks movies. Like, you're always going to have your competition in the hockey
Yeah.
and your different countries.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between talent. It's like you guys were saying with the dunk contest. When you compare even the teams from 10 years ago, you've got somebody like Wayne Gretzky, who you just don't see that caliber anymore.
Well, that sounds like Canadian.
Sidney
problem.
Crosby.
Yes, Crosby good, but
There's
he's not. But you-
always.
Yeah, I guess, man. It's just interesting. They always say there's like once in a generation player, then there's once in a lifetime player.
Yeah.
You're
know-
never going to, I mean, you've got your guys comparable to Michael Jordan, but he is so legendary that my kids, when they're 20, they're going to know who Jordan is. You know,
Yeah.
and their kids are going to know who
Now, let
Jordan
me
is.
ask you, what will they know more about, Michael Jordan or who their father was?
Oh, he doesn't even know his father now.
Oh,
Well, Laura, that's what you should have gone for a
I'm
vote.
kidding.
Honestly.
yeah, you could have got a chance to get a vote. Vote
By the
for
way,
Laura. Her kids don't know their
Side
father.
note about Winter Olympics. Did you watch the biathlon? I was watching it last night. The
Is that the one where you get to shoot a gun and
shoot a
ski?
gun. You shoot a gun. It's the fucking weirdest sport.
Sure is.
Because if you miss, then you have to do penalty laps. But anyway, there's a big race at the end. There's a sprint, right? One guy raises his arms in victory as another guy's diving across. Photo finish, and the guy nearly lost it by raising his arms. You don't see
the
Norwegians.
arrogance.
It
You
also
see that all the time in different
Norwegians.
sports.
What's that?
What?
You see arrogance in players all the time in different sports. You
Oh,
see it in
you-
football and the dancing.
You don't
or
see a lot
whatever,
of
and then
arrogant
people-
Scandinavian athletes, though. That's
In-
what's so weird.
In the NFL, it's the worst. How many times do they celebrate a touchdown before they've even passed the goal line?
Oh, yeah,
they drop it before
Lett,
they do it.
Well, Leon Lett and Don Beebe in the Super Bowl, where Lett was like raising his arms. But this was for his gold medal. By the way, he had a bad Olympic Games, so this was his only gold, and he nearly threw it away by raising his arms. The
Deshaun
guy-
Jackson did that twice.
Oh, yeah.
Where he just didn't even, he's like, touchdown. He's like at the 3, just dropped it. Touchdown. You're like, dude, pick the goddamn ball up. You didn't even cross. You got to score, fuckface.
All right, Laura. Well, you need to call in. We got to get. Unfortunately, controversy gets votes, but I'm going to vote for you. I'm going to go vote for you right now.
Well, hold on,
Thank you.
our next caller.
Hey, can I weigh in on the girl with the with like you guys were saying with the car racing?
Yes.
I totally agree with David. Like, I think if you have
You'll
a
hear that
girl
on
like
William's
you
voice
said
very
with
often.
Silverman, or a girl like Sarah Tiana, who actually is into sports, but just like a generally awesome girl, as opposed to somebody like Danica Patrick, who, you know, like she's making her tits basically work for her.
Yeah.
I kind of agree that if you have like a normal girl in a sport, unless she's good, she's not going to get the attention.
Right.
Yeah. I agree and I don't agree with that. I mean, like, right now, if you say there's no Danica and a nice chick who's kind of okay driving comes in, I think she'd get the same kind of attention Danica's getting.
Yeah, well,
She wouldn't get the ads, and she's not going to get all the pinups and the shit like that.
Oh, you
though.
mean in terms of average looking?
Yeah. She's average looking,
Yeah,
but she's
well-
super cool and can, like she's funny. Her personality is more of her asset than it is her tits.
Well, I would tell you that Ronda Rousey, I don't care how much they dress her up, is not really sexy at all.
in fairness, though, she's in a sport where you get punched in the face, so the curve in MMA is much, much greater. I mean, they don't have good-looking men boxers except for Oscar De La Hoya. You get hit in the face, you get ugly.
All right.
Same here, Pat.
All right, Laura. Thanks for calling in.
St. Pierre's hot. She got that in. Speaking of women's sports,
Or men's sports.
or men's sports, here to counter what we've said thus far about the WNBA, ladies and gentlemen, WNBA superstar Brittany Griner.
Hello, guys. Thanks for having me.
Brittany, wow, this is impressive. I'm honored.
I'd like to talk. I've heard what you're talking about, and I don't appreciate the woman bashing I hear going on.
I mean, I don't think we were women bashing. I think we were WNBA bashing a little bit.
That's my league. I'm carrying the torch, and if you have a problem with WNBA, you have a problem with Brittany Griner.
Sounds like we have a problem with Humpty Hump, actually.
I could beat any one of you in a dunk contest.
Well, I'm sure you could.
Absolutely.
How come you weren't in? How come you weren't in the All-Star Weekend?
Well, I was busy with my girlfriend.
Well, your girlfriend. Then.
Yeah.
Brittany, you have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
I do have a girlfriend.
How's that going?
She's a nice white woman.
Well, to me, that's too far. I'm
fine with lesbians playing basketball, but interracial
That's
lesbians,
not cool, yeah.
there's a line.
Yeah.
And that line has been drawn.
Brittany, how's your endorsements going this year? Anything of note? Anything about to happen?
I've been trying to get a deal with GoDaddy. But for some reason, they're staying away from me. I think it's because I'm too controversial.
Would you dress up in a bikini? Like, what's your thought for a GoDaddy ad campaign featuring you, Brittany Griner?
I'm a one-piece girl, but I like the sexy one piece with the cutouts on the side, showing a lot of skin.
Of course. Now, is there any truth to the fact that you? Now, I hear you do a mean impression, but I also hear you went for last Halloween. You went as Herman Munster. Is that true?
That is true. Every year I go either as Frankenstein or Herman Munster. I'm a little limited.
Can we hear a little Herman Munster impression, if you?
I'm actually not that familiar with the show. But I do have the height. One year I went as the Little Mermaid, and everyone laughed at me.
That must have been terrible. Now, Brittany, what do you think about bullying in sports? Do you have any thoughts about that? You know, that's a hot button issue in the NFL. What do you think?
I think hazing to an extent is good. There's some bitches on my team that I've given the business to.
Whoa, how have you? No, let's see. I never hear this perspective. How have you given the business to these bitches?
I say, look, bitch, carry my luggage. And I bring a lot of luggage.
What do you put in the luggage? Is it
a hair dryer? I have weights that I bring to the cities.
Now, don't they already have those at each city for you, like a
Seems
workout
odd.
facility?
I believe that using your own weights, you have a better connection to them. You can see the better workouts.
That must be awful for the bitches who have to carry them.
Brittany, let's talk about the controversy, Brittany. Let's talk about the controversy of the fact that a lot of people say you don't play international sports because you don't want to be tested for gender because some say you're a man.
I don't know why anyone would insinuate that. My father has always told me I'm the picture of femininity. I love makeup. I love lipstick. And I've always been with a man like that.
It doesn't sound like it to me. What? Any other evidence that you're a woman?
My huge vagina.
Okay.
Okay. Huge clit or huge vagina?
Yeah,
Is it huge?
Both.
Now, does your clit have balls underneath it by any chance?
There are not balls. There is some scar tissue there, but from an injury.
Okay. That's fine.
Brittany, Anthony Johnson, our WNBA correspondent, wants to know if you can give him a quick shout out. He loves female basketball players.
This is a quick shout out to my homeboy, Anthony Johnson. He's writing about women's sports in the WNBA. And Brittany Griner, maybe we'll posterize you and put my clit up in your face.
That was pretty solid.
Man,
I think we can cut that out and send it to him. I think he'll be
Brittany,
he'll love to play that for his daughters, I'm certain.
if you are in Hollywood ever, when you play the Sparks, will you come on the show? Maybe you and Dave and Tebow and I can all cruise for chicks.
I would love that. We can go to some of my favorite spots in West Hollywood, and we can just look at some of that hot pussy together.
What are some of your favorite hangouts when you're in town?
I like Rage on Santa Monica.
That's Brittany. I don't know. Isn't Rage a bar for gay men?
You know, sometimes I like to look at the dudes, but some hot dykes go in there too.
Yourself not excluded.
What is a WNBA All-Star Weekend like compared to NBA All-Star Weekend? You know, like the NBA All-Star Weekend, all the hoochies come into town.
Lots of celebrities.
Lot of celebrities, lot of chicks, gold diggers.
I know they have. Will you be participating in either the 2-point contest or the layup contest?
I'm going to be doing it all. We get Jane Lynch comes out. She's kind of like our Kevin Hart.
Who sings the national anthem?
Indigo Girls.
We have Melissa Etheridge has been doing it a lot.
Oh, okay.
And then at the All-Star Weekend, we have a lot of flannel.
Does it happen in Portland?
It looks like a Pearl Jam concert.
It's San Francisco, I believe, this year.
Wow.
Is there any truth to the rumors that WNBA is going to have flannel jerseys soon?
I would love it. I look good in flannel, and I love the way it feels on my nipples.
No, Brittany, I've heard.
Hang on. You said nipple like you only have one nipple.
There may have been an accident. I'd rather not get into it. My sponsors could be listening.
Okay.
Brittany, I've heard a rumor that the WNBA might be going out of business. Now, if you don't play internationally, if there's no WNBA, what would you do? What would be the next step for Brittany Griner?
I may try hoop it up tournaments.
Like an and one situation?
No, like 2-on-2 hoop it up tournaments with amateurs.
Okay. Who would you play with? Anybody you have picked out?
I may even enter my name into the Comedy Store Comedy League draft.
Well, that would be great, actually.
Would you be on the all-girls team, or would you?
No, they contracted the all-girls team this season.
Oh, really?
Yes. So maybe you could start one, Brittany. Who would you put on your team?
I believe it would be me, Dom Herrera, at the one.
Okay.
I didn't know you guys were friends.
Jimmy Schubert on the wing.
Okay. A lot of energy for the very beginning of the game.
Joey Diaz down low.
Okay.
That's a great down low.
Talent coordinator Tommy Morris at the 2.
Oh, yeah, I do, yes.
And then me at the 5.
Okay. I mean, that's a
Solid team.
pretty solid team.
Yeah.
Pretty solid
Fraser
team.
Smith off the bench.
Who?
Fraser Smith off the bench.
Does he wear the suit?
Hey guys, how you doing? Good to see
Suit
you.
clean, suit not clean. Hey, can we get the number up there?
Frazier would have the best attitude waving the towel, too. You know, he'd be just happy
on,
to be
guys.
there. Man, come
He
on.
would be our ML Carr.
Who would coach?
I think we would try to have Mitzi Shore.
Who's the old? How about John Zapp at the store? Johnny Zapp.
Oh, yes.
The guy who falls asleep taking a dump.
Does he really?
David lit his fire the other night.
Oh, yeah. Johnny, somehow Johnny thought that I was saying that he had written, he was going around saying he'd written my entire act because he says it about everybody. And then he started screaming at me, and then I just said, "It's true. You've been saying it to everyone." And like I thought he was going to kick my ass or have a heart attack, but either way, I was going to laugh.
He looked like he was leaning towards heart attack.
Yeah.
But real quick, back to the WNBA All-Star Weekend. Like, what are the festivities like? Who's sponsoring the festivities, and what are the after parties like?
The after parties are crazy. You got a lot of these gold digging bitches looking to get in our pockets.
Are they the same gold digging bitches as the NBA All-Star Weekend? Or
Yeah,
are they...
what are lesbian gold digging bitches looking like?
You gotta be careful. A couple of them look like Roz from Night Court. That's a common look.
Are any of them Roz from Night Court?
Wow.
I believe a few are Marshall Warfield.
Do any of them look like Bull? Do any of them look like Bull from Night Court?
There are some skin-headed bitches. You got to be careful of them. Most of them hate blacks.
What kind of women do you like to date, by the way? Are you like into like do you like the power lesbians? Do you like the lumberjack lesbians? Do you like business lesbian? Or do you like lipstick lesbian?
My lesbian game is very versatile. I'll take pretty much anything that's coming my way. I love pussy.
Great
I love
attitude.
it. I love smelling it. I love fingering it. I love scissoring it. Bring the pussy my way, and I'm going to give it a chance.
On the Naughty Show, we talk a lot about the butthole revolution. What's your take on buttholes?
I believe it's good for shitting, but it's also good for licking, fingering, and fucking.
Wow.
Really quick, if it's possible, can we hook you up on a date with our correspondent, Mac Hard?
Is that a woman?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What does she look like?
Can we put a picture up of Mac Hard? Can we find one real quick? Can you do Mac Hard?
While we're getting a picture, Britton, any thoughts on the gay player in the NFL? Was it, I don't know his first name, Michael Sam?
Michael Sam.
Declared he was a homosexual right before the draft. What do you think about that, Brittany?
I don't get why it's such a big deal. I mean, if you look at my league, the WNBA, we're 86.9% lesbian.
It's true, but this is like an actual major sport.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that because I'm tempted to come down to the studio and give you a piece of my mind and maybe fight you.
Maybe.
I don't want that.
What about the fact that some of your fellow WNBA players have been busted for steroid abuse? Is it rampant in the lesbian league that is the WNBA?
You know, when you have someone like me, you know, I'm just a freak of nature. These bitches are going to try to keep up with me. And, I've seen them shooting up anabolic steroids. I've seen the track marks. But to me, it's just flattering because they're just trying to keep up with me.
Oh, shit. We got to take a break. Look what time it is.
Oh.
All right, Brittany Grinder. We have to take a break. What? Oh,
Picture of
Brittany, can you see picture? That's Mac Hard Power Les. Can you see the picture on the screen?
Let me take a look. I believe there's a delay, but I'm going to take a look at it.
Yeah, you probably got a little delay.
Can you see her?
Who's that chick that Duncan used to date?
Oh, now I
Now
see
she's in all
her.
those
She's not
commercials.
bad. I like the hair.
Oh.
I think I might be gay.
Before Rice Cup.
Hey, are you guys having a conversation?
Yeah, who's the girl that Duncan used to date before Rice Cup? Now she's in all those commercials, but she doesn't do stand-up anymore?
Think about.
Oh, she's on.
Melissa Paul.
No.
Oh, Stephanie Escajeda.
Yes.
Doesn't she kind of look like Escajeda if she was like trailer trash?
Oh,
Yes.
all right, Brittany Grinder. You were great. Call in anytime. Thank you. Good luck with the next NBA season. Come on. Dude!
That was good. That might be, I don't know. I guess that'll have to be on the next punt. Brittany Griner, feel free to call in anytime. I didn't know you were a fan of the show.
Dave.
Love it. Dave, what do you got coming up?
What do you got coming up?
Take a quick break.
I got nothing.
Okay. What do you got coming up?
I'll be at the Naughty Show this Thursday at the world famous Comedy Store in the main room at 9 p.m. March 10th or March 11th, I will be at the Irvine Improv. March 12th, I will be at the Madhouse in San Diego.
All right. I will be March 18th. I will be in Portland at the Funhouse. March 19th, I will be at the Highline in Seattle. And then that following weekend, I'll be in Victoria at the Hecklers Club. Come hang out. Naughty Show, this week, this Thursday night. Amazing, crazy, fun lineup. Holla at your boy. Go to samtripoli.com. Guys, make a donation. If you guys got to buy some stuff on Amazon, do it through Punch Drunk Sports. Help out the show. We want to do a big award show. Vote now, vote often, vote all the time. Vote many times. Vote many, many times. All right, we'll see you in a couple. We'll see you on the other side. We'll talk some MMA.
Suck it.
Feeling alright, yeah. We're feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's about that time for us to look around and meet somebody new. Well, let's all welcome in familiar faces, perhaps somebody who has a conflict in their life. Alright, tell them you're sorry, but there's ways to change the wrong to right. See, we can sit in a distant haze and watch rain clouds pour thoughts of greatness to help our troubles sail real far away. Oh yeah. Well, it's a struggle every day, we're stressing. But what's a life without dedication? I'm gonna pick up that soul's intention to soak in music, relaxation. We're feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah. Feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah. Feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah. Feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah, yeah, yeah. In a moment I'll be on my way to better while life is changing. And even though I've had my share of pain, I've been sympathizing and realizing I've got a feeling we could be a better friends, simply complimenting every now and then. Cause in the morning I wake up and miss the night before, cause I love the music more and more. Yeah, we can sit in a distant haze and watch rain clouds for thoughts of greatness to help our troubles sail real far away. Oh yeah. While it's a struggle every day we're stressing, but what's a life without dedication? I'm trying to pick up that soul's intention to soak in music, relaxation. We're feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah. We're feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah. Feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah. Feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah, yeah, yeah. Alright, whoa, yeah. Feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah. Well, alright, won't you move with us? Yes, we're feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah. Well, alright, whoa, yeah. Feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah. We're feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah, yeah, yeah. Girl, I'm going crazy, 'cause I can't get you off my mind. Seems like the only thing that I think about, well, is you all the time. I have no words to express the way I feel about you. I found my heart's desire, oh baby, it's you. You give me everything that I want.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world.
This is the main event.
Dildo corn is alive.
And kicking. Come on over here, I'll headbutt your ass a couple times, if you know what I'm saying.
This brother breaking off a 40-yard run. This brother.
Come on, zip it.
I hope I didn't piss off Jesus.
You call that a penalty?
Who's number one, though? Who's number one?
It's the LA Clippers.
Oh, shut up!
You're saying it wrong, people. I would get her pregnant.
Fuck you, Triple H.
That just called in and hangs up, you motherfucker. That pisses me off.
Are you in the shower now?
Totally in the shower.
Yeah, dude. He's not a cokehead.
You mean James?
Stupid idiot.
You're a stupid idiot for getting so uptight over nothing.
Clearly lying. They're clearly just
Why would I lie?
For attention.
Why would I lie?
Well,
I don't
for
need
attention.
attention.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. You're a comic.
Just more hat.
I'm live.
And so am I. And our friend David Taylor's here.
Dave Taylor.
Who is getting
Friend of
trounced.
show.
Who's getting trounced in the voting
Dave Taylor?
for co-host of the year.
Yeah, Dave, you're up.
Who's winning?
Red Band. Did one episode, was 20 minutes late,
By
and
the
knew
way,
nothing about sports.
That makes me feel better because no gets red band makes me realize that the voting is craziness.
Yeah,
Because
oh, dude.
You could get a homeless. No offense to red band, but you could get a homeless person off the street or my 71-year-old mother, and she would be a much more compelling radio presence
I
than
would
Brian Redband.
love to get your mother.
I
in
want to
here.
get to our
Brian
caller real
Redband could be
quick.
the most boring radio person I've ever heard.
Brian, I owe Brian an apology. I brought up a story about someone shitting in his mouth, and I should have told it last week.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm apologizing
Well, we
to
just had it
my
wrong.
good friend.
It wasn't who he said it was. It was his old girlfriend, just like I thought.
Who was it?
I can't say who it is.
we're not
But
gonna say
an
who it
old
was.
girlfriend shit in Brian's mouth.
Yeah, he's got a
I don't
stand-up
know.
story
Let's not
about
talk
it.
about it.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
not
He's
talk
got a
about
stand-up story about
Let's
it.
go to, we got a caller, very important person, Lord Randolph. Hello.
This is an outrage. Calling into the show is impossible.
Why? Lord Randolph, thank you for calling
Oh, Lord Randolph.
I've been on hold for 30 fucking minutes.
You've been on hold for 5 minutes.
Because we went to break.
If you don't tell me how I perceive time, whoever said that.
Lord Randolph, yes. Perhaps your sense of time is dilated. Maybe.
Let's get to the business of the Olympics.
in. Okay.
What the fuck is going on here? These fucking Russians are eating the bobsled track.
They're doing what?
They're eating the goddamn bobsled track.
Well, why would they do that, Lord
Well,
Randolph?
because it fucking slows down everybody's sled. You're not paying attention to this at all. You guys
Lord
are-
Randolph, do you use this language all the time?
Yes, I do. When I'm pissed about the fucking Olympics, this shit's been going on since the goddamn Roman emperor, and now these fucking homophobic shitbag Russians are eating the track.
Lord Randolph, I don't think they had Winter Olympics in Rome. I'm not sure that the Winter Olympics, I don't think have been around for thousands of years, and I think it was the
no
Greeks.
one's got a time machine, so I guess none of us can answer the question. You pseudo armchair historian shitbag.
Now, Lord Randolph,
Let's talk bobsled.
all right, let's talk Bob.
Russians are eating the track.
Now, let me ask you this, Lord Randolph. I have a couple questions here for you. One, what country are you calling from? I mean, do you have a dog in the bobsled fight, as they say?
Everybody's got a fucking dog in the goddamn bobsled fight. This is about more than bobsledding. This is about freedom. This is about human rights.
Sounds like an American.
Ukraine. This is about Syria. This is about Palestine. These fuck Russians start eating the goddamn track, and the next thing you know, they're gonna parachute right into our fucking high schools and mouth fuck our cheerleaders to death.
Hold on, was that Red Dawn?
I think you're talking about the movie Red Dawn.
Yeah, I think, which is a good movie.
About the movie called Human Society Ending. Starts with a heated track.
I think I rented that one.
Slow down bobsled, ends with our sweet, pristine, virginal cheerleaders getting Russian jizz sprayed in their eyes and going blind to Chernobyl radiation that's accumulates in their homophobic fascist balls. You fucks can make fun of me all you want, but I promise you, those Russians are eating the track.
I have to say, can I make a point here? Lord Randolph, I never
That's the
thought.
greatest take on anything we've ever had, I will
It was
say
a
that.
really logical progression from heating the bobsled track to Russians coming all over cheerleaders. I never thought anybody could go from point A to point B.
There was about
like that.
7.5 minutes during that rant where I forgot we were even talking about the Olympics.
I know, but then he brought it back home.
Is it too late to add him to Caller of the Year?
Now, Lord Randolph.
Lord Randolph. He'll have to be next year's.
He used to be my boss, actually.
Lord
Yeah, and a lot
Randolph.
more questions. You know, he
Why did he
apparently
end
had-
up so angry? We
I
were
think
just
he had to
getting
go, but I
started.
tell you what, I got a lot of questions for Lord Randolph.
I have a lot
What's
of
he the
questions.
Lord of? Where's he from?
I just want to know, like, other things. Like, that guy has an insight into the world that I feel like, he's wasting the Olympics.
And I've
He's
never
so
heard of anybody.
royal. He's royalty, yet he's so vulgar at the same time. He's both of the royalty, but the people in the streets, too.
I think he's to the manner born. My guess is Lord Randolph was the black sheep child of a family that
Would you
had
say
a
he's the
landed
midget
family.
from Game of Thrones?
It's definitely possible because he has that sort of short man anger. That's what happens when Napoleon
He did
complex
sound
goes
like a
to the next
midget.
level. Yeah.
I thought he sounded like a woman, actually.
I think he sounded like a woman midget.
Oh, that's the
I don't
worst.
know who
Those are
that
the
was.
angriest.
Who sounded more more feminine, Lord Randolph or Brittany Griner?
I don't know. That's
Lord
Randolph.
Randolph.
Yeah.
Definitely Lord Randolph. But I like how his ultimate fear, which is a fear that a lot of Americans have had, stemming back to the Cold War, which is the Russians parachuting into our high schools and mouth fucking our cheerleaders.
That's absolutely yes.
But the genesis of this fear stems from the Russians heating the bobsled track.
That John Milius.
It's quite a left turn, and I gotta love it.
It's not often you can connect Red Dawn and the Olympics, but
he somehow did it.
It was brilliant.
Well, God bless Lord Randolph.
Oh my God, that was great.
That's an Olympic controversy that I wasn't aware of, but you know what? Let's look into that, man. If they're heating the bobsled tracks,
what else are they doing? You don't know. Like if it starts with the bobsled
Lord
track.
Randolph going all the time. Oh my God, I would love to get his take on the UFC fights coming up this weekend. Segway. We got great UFC fight. Well, I don't know if we got great ones. I think this is like
losing Evans.
Well, let's talk about it.
That
UFC versus Sarah Mans. Then we also have Daniel Cormier versus kind of like a Cinderella man. A real-life Rocky comes up and fights this guy out of nowhere, Pat Cummings, who got the call that he was going to fight at the co-main event at the UFC. I think this is 170 or
170 is Saturday.
170. He was doing...
Was he the guy who tweeted, "I'll fight you"?
Guys, hang on.
Fought?
Duncan Chussel's on the phone.
Whoa, Duncan.
Good friend of the show, our good buddy. Let's see real quick. See what he's up to.
Hello.
Hey, Duncan. What's up, buddy? Steve.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, Duncan. You don't sound like yourself. How you got a cold?
You sound Mexican.
Yeah, it sucks. Been doing a lot of meditating and stuff. It just won't go away.
Yeah. You've been trying to meditate your cold away.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't work so good.
Duncan's usually a lot funnier than this.
What are you doing, fat man?
Fine. I was just waiting for him to talk again, but he was so quiet. It's like, fuck it, I give up.
I'm no expert on body language, but when somebody is winking and pointing at the kill button.
Yeah, fat. How are you not fuck up of the year? How am I fuck up of the year?
Think about it again, Tripoli. Think about it again.
He can just throw that in your face. Think about it,
We need
Sam.
to have a new kind of way because people are calling in and doing impressions of people, and some of these people are great comedians, and some of them are not. And we have to make it so the knots can't come and take up that 5 seconds of airtime.
What happened to the signal, man? Remember?
Well, because you would see it. I just wanted you to kill it.
They won't see it in time because of the delay. There's a few seconds you have to give me the middle
Okay,
finger and then I
fat
can
man.
hang up on them
Seriously,
before they
fat
know what's
man.
happening.
Seriously? I can't believe you're even talking shit right now. Well, how bad you fucked up.
Really? Because 30% says that you fucked up more.
And he can throw that right in your face, bro. That's the thing.
I'm so
You
angry.
wanted people to vote on stuff, and you
So let's
weren't
go
even
to it.
thinking
Let's
about
talk UFC 170.
the main fights.
Do you think people are going to buy this card? Because without Evans, it's not a great
I'll tell you
card.
this: without Evans, it's not a great card. It's still a decent card, but I tell you what's interesting: where they're going to make money that they wouldn't normally make. Dude, stemming from my chick to my sister to a lot of people that are like not the diehard fans like per se you and I, but they're the people that are like, I want to see this chick fight again.
I just do not.
Dude,
agree
I know
that
a lot of
there's-
people that aren't into every UFC that want to see Ronda Rousey fight again.
Guys, look,
I
Ronda
don't-
Rousey is a carnival act, and it won't be popular until she fights a man, and that's when you're going to see UFC take the
Do you know
fuck
she was
off.
saying that she thought she could beat Cain Velasquez? Who was
Yes, I know, but
no
that's the sort of
way.
delusion.
That's dumb.
That's
There are guys I bet she could beat, maybe.
So you're thinking this card, which there's. Let me tell you how much the UFC doesn't believe in this card. There are still advertisements for the last card all over Los Angeles doing the Weidman versus Silva fight. You can see them.
Yeah.
There's one near our house. They haven't even put up advertisements for this fight coming up.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I mean, I don't think that this is going to be a fight. I think this is a fight that when you look at it as a fan, you look at the card, you look at how it's changed because,
and how much
Evans
is the
dropped
fight?
out.
Do we know?
$50 probably,
Would
whatever.
you spend $50 on this fight?
I would,
Or are we all going to Earl Skankles, who's got fucking Kennedy money?
Well, the UFC also is probably counting on the logic of Valentine's Day. We see the Comedy Store, it's full on Valentine's Day. Men don't want to go out for Valentine's Day, but women do. Who's going to pay? The men will pay.
I totally disagree with that because that's his argument too. The
I'm not
chicks
saying
are gonna
it'll
wanna
work.
watch this
I'm
guy.
saying that's the
I know
logic.
chicks that want to. I know
That's
a
the
handful of
logic.
chicks that
Are
want to
they?
watch it.
They want to watch it, but are they willing to have someone fork up $50?
Listen to what
watch
you're
it?
saying. What you're saying, are they willing to pay money? No. Are they willing to get someone to pay money? Sure,
Are they willing
are.
to go to a bar? Are they willing
Yeah.
to make a call and be like, "Who's getting this?" And I'll throw in on that. I think that the
you
numbers.
overestimate women's.
I'm not saying just women. I'm saying there's men that are at least intrigued to see this fight.
I think you overestimate women's disinclination to have somebody else spend money for them.
No, I'm not saying that.
That's a good point.
I'm not saying that. I just think that this is gonna.
I think when all is said and
could
done,
do record lows.
that's what I'm getting at. I
yeah.
think when all is said and done, this fight is a fight that could or should do record lows, and it will not. And the difference that's made to keep this from being a record low fight are the non-fans that want to see this for the circus act that you describe as a Ronda Rousey fight.
Look, it's getting boring, though. She's got to fight a dude. It's got to happen. Because what happens when that...
Yeah, and that dude's called Cyborg.
That's a fight people want to see.
Yeah, and they'll never do it because that will kill that cash cow.
The Brittany Griner of MMA.
When that happens, you're going to see weeks of people writing articles. This is terrible. It's going to be a huge thing. Lots of publicity. It's going to be awesome. It's Bobby Riggs, Billie Jean King all over again. The dude's got to throw the fight, too. That has to happen.
They won't make a 145 women's class because they don't want Cyborg in the UFC. She will go through everybody.
Cyborg is the dude who...
Can you look up a Cyborg picture?
That's the one who's the dude who became a woman?
No, that's something Fox. Phelan Fox.
Oh, yes.
But she is there's an argument on whether she used to be a guy or not. I think she's a chick, but she is like that chick who's, in the womb. It was like a 50-50 call.
We got our expert right here, one of my favorite callers, to talk to us about this fight and maybe see who she thinks is right about this argument. Ladies and gentlemen, Mac Hard, Power Les, our WNBA MMA correspondent. What's up, baby?
Hey, fellas, can you hear me all right?
I'm so stoked to hear you.
Oh, glad to be here, guys. Y'all are looking great.
Feeling great.
Hey, you're up for a bunch of awards. Congratulations on your punchy nominations.
Well, I do appreciate that. I do appreciate it.
What are your thoughts on this 170 card, babe?
My God, I'm counting down the days, man. 2 fights on this card. 2 fights. What a treat.
Are you throwing a big lesbo party for this fight? So is it going to be a big party at the lesbian bar or back at Mac Hard's house, or what are we doing?
No, I don't need anybody distracting me from my pleasure with myself and those 4 gals fighting on Saturday night.
Love it.
Oh, so you're just going to watch it by yourself?
Well, I might take my tech guy or someone with me, but I'm not going to be taking a gaggle of gals. No distraction.
Now, what are your thoughts on the? Let's start with the main event. What are your thoughts on that title fight?
Steve, I swear to God, I would give up vagina for a week if I could just be on the mat of that octagon when McMahon and Rowdy are just throwing and slamming each other around.
Oh, you want to be the mat? You want to be the mat or be on the mat or sniff the mat?
Okay, well, I know that none of those are really possible, but I would do all 3, Sammy.
Sammy. Who do you think is going to win that fight?
Man, I don't even want to make predictions, man. Ronda Rousey is the champion, so it's going to have to be a good show to unseat her. But I tell you what, both gals have never had an opponent, a challenger.
Hold on, where are you, Mac Hard? Your phone is really busting up. We can barely hear you.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think your phone might be a dude.
How's this?
Keep talking.
All right, guys, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, that's better. A little bit better.
But that's good.
All right, I'll just get this microphone still. I do apologize about the problem.
There we go. That's great.
Much better.
All right. So Rousey versus McMahon, okay? Wrestling takedowns versus judo throws.
Yep.
I'm dripping.
Yeah.
You're the best.
You are the best.
You're the best.
You guys are the best. I appreciate you.
You don't hear that sort of succinct two-word review on ESPN,
Yeah.
and you should.
That's why we have the best sports show
Honestly,
on the net.
that should be the title of her segment. I'm dripping with Mac Hard.
Yeah, she's a great correspondent. She's one of the best on the website.
And knows her shit.
Yeah, and she knows women's MMA, man.
That's right. I know it inside and out, okay? I've gotten into all the nooks and the crannies.
Okay, let's ask you this, because we don't want you to go, we don't want you to pick, right? But let's go into this. What does Sarah Mann have what it takes to beat Ronda Rousey? Not saying she's going to, but does she have the skills to beat Ronda Rousey?
I think she's going to come as close as anybody else. You know, she has the equivalent of Ronda's Olympian elite years of hard work. She has the equivalent of Ronda's judo in her own wrestling. You know, she won the silver medal in 2004 with her own set of skills. And I don't know if you've seen Sarah McMahon's trapezius muscles or her biceps or her triceps or her lattice. You know, she's got a lot of power in them meat hooks, thick wrist.
Who's got the advantage in striking?
Now, okay, Ronda has been making improvements. We've seen her grow every time we see her. Her striking gets better, but Sarah McMahon can stand and bang. Okay, I put a real nice highlight video on my Sarah McMahon featured fighter article on Punch Drunk Sports.
All right, we're going to tweet that out. We're going to definitely tweet that out.
Yeah, it's a real good, it really shows her takedowns, her ground and pound, and her standing and striking ability.
Amazing. Now, is there another fight on this card?
Yes, Jessica Evil Eye and Alexis Alligator Davis are headlining the prelims on Fox Sports 1, okay? So you remember Jessica Eye?
Yeah, she had a controversial win versus that redhead, and then they just made it a draw because she tested positive for like marijuana or
Birth
some
control.
shit.
No, she was popped for that sweet, sweet bud. And I think that it's a shame that a poor gal even had to deal with any kind of hassle having to do with that sweet bud. That green we all love. Now, she's fighting, it's all right. She paid her fine. She's on a probationary type of arrangement, so she is meeting Alexis Davis. And you'll remember Alexis Davis from fighting Liz Carmouche.
I was there for that live.
You were there for that. You saw them kicks land right there on the inner thigh.
Yeah, she's got great technique. Not very athletic. I'll tell you that about her. What's her name again? The chick.
Alexis Davis. And
Alexis Davis. Her technique is amazing. Not a lot of acting. Has a little gut. You're like, hey, do sit up or something like that. But man, she just keeps going forward and just starts. It's crazy, dude. That is a good fight.
It don't get in her way. It don't get in her way. Her key skills are sharp. She's got a black belt in Japanese Jiu-Jitsu and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Wow.
Yeah, very versatile. Very versatile. So, guys, it's a stacked card, and this whole spring is stacked. We got Raquel Pennington and Jessica Andrade coming up, Carmouche versus Tate, Correia versus Duke, Kaufman versus Baszler. So this whole spring, when the gals are starting to dress a little more skimpy, we're going to see more gals in the octagon, okay? So the birdies are going to sing, and the twats are going to drip, okay?
The twats going to drip. Hey, so are you going to ever make it out to L.A. or what? What about the Punchy Awards?
Hey, you guys just keep me posted. I'll see what I can do when it comes to travel. We're just going to play it day by day, but I guarantee you I will be out there on the West Coast spreading my Les power, and you guys are all going to get your healthy share. But let me tell you what, down here, we're about to kick off Mardi Gras, and you know what that means.
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
Yeah, that's how she does it.
Yo, she
That's
just
a
hung
good
up
one.
on
She
her.
sounds like a redneck dude from the South, like wrestling
Dude,
fan.
you know you're good when you got Dave Taylor laughing. That's how good Matt Card
By the way, that means it's official. Lord Randolph has been the least manly caller we've got.
Yeah, thus far, still, yeah.
We've had Brittany
Look at who we.
Griner.
By the way, look at who we have lined up.
Oh,
Wow.
He's been waiting.
Yes.
A lot of people are excited because
He made an appearance. He cornered somebody.
Yeah. By the way, I want to talk to him. He looks much bigger, like he hasn't been working out. Let's go to the line, folks. Ari, welcome.
Thanks, man.
Where were you flying in from?
Washington, D.C.
Oh, how was it? Back in your fucking stomping
Yeah, I had to
ground.
go for a bar mitzvah.
Oh my
My
God.
first time in synagogue in like a good decade.
What did you?
Really?
Now, did you bring
What
his-
part of you caught on fire first?
There were other people there that were less Jewy than I was. It was interesting reading the English about on all the language stuff. I never really saw what they were praying before. They were just
Did your
praise
tattoo start
DOU.
burning while you were in there?
No, but I had to cover that, and I had to cover it whenever I got out of the shower. And if I was going to my room, I had to hold my old T-shirt and underwear over my nipple, so that no one.
Oh,
had to
is
see it.
nipple piercing not kosher?
No, that's also. It's along the same as.
I'd say that's less religious and more they're embarrassed.
You broke a lot of rules, man.
Yeah.
Jew rules.
How would you say?
What's
how
that?
would
How
you-
many?
I said Jew rules. You've broken a lot of Jew rules.
Yes, yeah, I have.
In Hasidic, how do you say "Thou shalt not pierce thy nipple"?
You mean Yiddish?
Yeah, Yiddish.
What did he say?
Hasidic.
Hasidic. You're not Hasidic.
I don't know how to say that.
Okay.
There was no markings and no carving your skin. It was from there. You can't have a bowl haircut either, because God would hate it.
Yeah. No one wants to
bowl
look like a
haircut?
Yeah,
retard.
bowl haircut, like one that goes all around, like the Beatles,
Wait, why?
because it says.
It says no
That's a
bowl
stupid
haircuts.
Because at the time, whoever wrote the Old Testament, at the time that
you'd
was like
think-
one of
Hated.
the nation's haircut.
Oh,
So they
okay.
quit
'Cause I
trying
was
to
about
be
to
like
say,
other people.
you think the bowl haircut's been around for as long as there have been bowls.
Can't look like a
Yeah.
mongoloid. Is that how it's worded?
Yeah.
No Jim Carrey and Dumb and
No
Dumber.
Down syndrome haircuts.
Thou shalt not look like.
Yeah.
Young
Ari, I
Ripper.
apologize to Red Band about talking about shit in his mouth. Thank you for throwing me under the bus.
What was he? He was already coming at me. Throwing under the bus would be if I went out of the blue. He wasn't like, who did that? He goes, how dare you talk about me on your podcast? And I'm like, throw your drama elsewhere. I'm clear this way. That was Trip O.D. And he was like, why would he say that? I'm like, hey, how was that shit in your mouth? Let's not scoot by the main point. How was it?
Guys, go to our website. You get 10% off Caveman Coffee if you just go to punchdrunksports.com.
Oh, nice.
I've been drinking it a
10%
lot lately. It's good, huh?
It is.
Yeah,
it's
good.
really
Love
strong
it.
coffee, too. Should we go? Have
That's
we
our
talked to
buddy
you enough?
Tate.
George St. Pierre.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we got to hear what happened. We haven't talked to him in a couple weeks.
Since he's been catfished.
Yeah.
George, are you there? George.
Who is this?
GSP, is that you? It's Punch Drunk.
It's Ari and Sam and Teeb and David Taylor.
I am in the desert. I don't know who I am.
Oh, man. You
What?
just keep rebounding badly.
Dude, we just saw you at the UFC fights cornering for that large black man.
You were just in Brazil.
You looked way bigger than we... Yeah, you were just in Brazil. How'd you already get to the desert?
I am in the desert. I don't know who I am. I am confused. I am scared.
How did you get in the desert? What happened to you?
Here's what happened. I was buried alive.
Oh, no.
Seems unfortunate.
How were you
buried
cornering
alive.
in Brazil, though? We saw you in
It's not
Brazil.
pictures from this weekend.
I was drawn back. I was buried alive in a refrigerator box.
Oh, that's a lot of
I
buried.
had to use my phone for light. I dug out. I came out of the grave. But my head, I've been injured. I don't know who I am.
You're George St. Pierre. You just called in.
You
to
called
Punch
in
Drunk.
with your name. It seems.
George Rush St. Pierre.
I know that I had this number on my phone, so I called it to see if you could give me help.
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, where
Sure.
are you now? Are you where that guy, who's that guy who died motorcycling in the desert? UFC fighter?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Who was that?
Who is that
If I
guy?
had a memory, I would tell you.
George, do you know who that was? That MMA fighter who he used to be the
It
middleweight
just
champion?
came back to me. It is Evan Tanner.
Yeah.
At least he has
See,
that.
maybe
Okay,
we're
well,
helping him get his memory back with this.
He can't resist saying
Yeah,
that.
of
saying
course.
actual
He
trivia.
goes, no way. Yeah, he knew it. He was just chewing at his soul.
Is David Loazo there?
There has been things carved into my flesh, which is a hint.
What's carved in there?
It says the name Nick Diaz. Someone carved it into me with a knife.
Okay.
But that was Nick Diaz.
Yeah.
Do you remember getting catfished?
It says the word faggot across my chest. It's been carved into me.
Oh man,
Okay.
that's horrible.
It's pretty permanent.
Now, did this just happen? So you go to Brazil, you corner this guy over the weekend.
Then you went back to Nick Diaz's house? That seems like a mistake after he already catfished
Seems
you.
like an idea. We're trying to get the story correct.
Things are coming back to me slowly.
Okay.
Once I retired fighting, my decision making has gone to shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were smoking some crack and you were drinking a lot of wine
Hanging out with
coolers.
those underage chicks, trying to fuck them.
I believe I went back to Stockton to exact my revenge.
And how did that
But
go?
They ambushed me.
Again?
You went there. Why are you going to Stockton so much, man? It's a bad place for you.
Why didn't you bring backup?
I believe I can do it by myself. I am a one-man army.
It's an army of one, and no, you're
Apparently,
not.
you're a losing one-man army.
By the way, every army of
one-man
one
Italy.
has lost.
I am the new era Napoleon.
Maybe a new era Napoleon. I don't know about that.
I
Now,
sort
have
of-
you heard from the girl that you were supposed to, you fell in love with somebody and then it turned out to be the Diaz brothers. That's the last we heard.
And then I went to Brazil, and then I came back and I was buried in the refrigerator box.
Right.
Okay.
So
and that's all you remember.
Brazil, you remember cornering.
And then
you-
nothing. Then nothing.
Then you don't
He
Refrigerator box?
remembers
remember-
Evan Tanner also.
Oh,
so,
yeah. That's old
The
trivia.
Brazilians, I will tell you this, the Olympics in 2016 are in for a real treat. These people are great with the hospitality, and they know how to party.
Did you party with any questionable women, if you know what I'm talking about?
I paid
Dudes.
for some services, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you fuck
And,
dudes. You fuck dudes without condoms at a whorehouse.
Did
Is that
you
what you're saying?
Did you use condoms with your tranny hookers?
Is that what you're saying, George? Let me just make sure we get this right. You fuck dudes without a condom at a whorehouse in Brazil.
Where are the dudes coming into this?
Right in your asshole, I guess. That's the
Like,
entry
you
point.
know that a lot of
wherever
the
you
women
want.
down there are actually men who dress like women.
Oh, no.
Yeah, did you have the anal? Did you do anal?
It was doggy style in a dark room, and now that I think about it, it may be questionable.
Well,
How is it questionable?
I could not see the front, and when I touched the pants, the person insisted on keeping the shorts on, and there was a bit of a bulge.
Oh, yeah.
Shit,
That's questionable, yeah.
Now, were you still smoking any crack when you were down there? I know you've been dabbling in crack.
I have weaned myself off the crack.
Oh, good.
I
Good
am
for you.
off of it now. I tried some ecstasy that night.
Yeah, all right, it's a party
that
drug.
will get you. That will get you all the
I
time.
don't think that leads to tranny hookers.
I think it does.
Really? Ecstasy just seems
There's
to
a lot
like,
of studies
enjoy
on
music
it.
better.
Yeah.
A lot of studies on it.
I've done ecstasy a few times in my life. I've never craved any cock.
Yeah, yeah. What's that, Cockmaster?
For the record, I did not know she was a tranny. I thought it was pure woman.
I'll see if I can put that on the record a little later.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen. Now, do you know, because your parents called in last week and they were very worried. Have you talked to your family? They're very worried about you, George.
And they didn't like your nickname either. They talked about how much they did not like your nickname.
Oh, yeah, Bill
I
St.
have
Pierre.
parents.
Yes, you have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your parents.
You have parents that are very concerned.
Wait, it's coming back to me.
Yeah, parents.
Good.
Yeah,
My father's name, I believe, is Roland.
Yep.
Yes.
yeah, Roland St. Pierre.
Is my mother Pauline?
Yes.
Oh, my parents, I miss them so much. Come pick me up in the desert. I am scared. I am dehydrated.
What desert? What does your GPS say? on
Yeah,
your
what
phone?
desert are you at?
I don't know. I believe it's in California or Nevada. It confused and scared. They buried me in my underwear.
Can I ask you a question, George? George, did they bury you in your underwear with a cell phone that gets service in the desert?
That is the miracle of the situation.
No jean shorts?
It is the shorts I fight in, and they buried me with my belt.
Oh, that's nice. At least you got
wow.
your belt. You still have your belt.
Nice.
That was very nice of them. I
very
think that's the
considerate,
one thing
yeah.
they would want to take.
Are there any roads? Can you see any roads near where you are?
I see nothing but sand and small lizards.
George, let me ask you a serious question. When you were a two-time UFC welterweight champion, Do they have to? Do you get back the belts when you lose it and then get it back again, or do you have 2 belts on you?
I told Dana White, if you want the belt, you can come get it.
All right.
Pussy.
Call them a pussy.
But what's the general rule of thumb there? Are you supposed to give it
the
back?
rule is you get to keep the belt if you defend it once.
If you defend it once, you can keep it forever?
Yeah. You gotta defend it once.
Wow,
real? I
really?
didn't know that.
Yeah, if you
I
win,
did- I
you
always think
get to keep it.
them.
Me too. It's a once
I know
you
in
lose-
boxing you
but you don't
keep
get a
them.
new one every time you defend it, do you?
No.
So then when he lost it to what's
When
his
he
name?
loses it, you get
When he lost
one
what's
to
his
keep
name?
in your house.
Sean Shirk? Not Sean Shirk. Who was it he lost to?
He lost to
BJ
Matt
Penn,
Serra.
right?
Sarah.
Or Sarah.
Now he still has a belt that
Yeah.
like they let him have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when he won it back again,
Does he get a new belt?
he got
Yeah.
the new belt. Okay.
So, like, you can mount it in your house
You
or
have to
whatever.
defend it once, really. You can't
That's
just beat the
interesting.
champion.
It's a great deal. I bring it out to bars and clubs all the time.
Tim
and
Sylvia
I hold
used
it
to
up
do
over
that.
my
Yeah.
head and I say, St. Pierre rules.
It's pretty
Okay.
awesome, man.
Sounds like a lot of your memories coming back since we've been talking.
This call has been very helpful for me, but I need one of you to pick me up.
I'll be right there, man. What time is it right now where you are?
Can you send the punch drunk helicopter?
Yeah.
Of course
oh,
we
yeah.
can.
We'll send that.
We're gassing it up right now.
Please, somebody help me. The lesbian lady who called before, help me.
All right.
Oh my God! You also heard the show on your phone that gets reception in the desert.
I listen to this show on my phone, so I listen for clues of my life.
Clues of my life.
Oh, wow. Hopefully we gave you some of
Well,
All right, George.
hopefully we help.
Well, hopefully maybe we can get a call from your mom or something or your dad, and we will let them know you're in the desert.
Best
what
of luck
desert,
to
we
you.
don't know.
Yeah, near Nevada.
Thank you very much. I will survive this like Gloria Gaynor. I will be back.
All
Okay.
right, George.
I love you,
go
GSP.
Gloria
back.
Gaynor too. His
Yeah.
parents slow to come to him. Disco songs apparently right on.
Loaded the MP3 up with
Yeah.
his
All right, do we
iTunes.
want to talk stories with Chad,
that's,
or do we want
Youssef.
to talk to you?
Wait, what do
Oh,
we?
it's Youssef.
That's Youssef
Yeah,
on-
basketball.
Oh, let's talk to
Yeah.
Youssef
We
basketball.
got basketball. By the way, I'll be in Chicago this weekend.
Nick.
Zanies.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up, buddy?
Have we plugged Nick's basketball game?
So Nick's
Kevin
playing
Christie?
basketball with Kevin Christie?
Kevin Christie next week. They're going to do a podcast with it.
Where?
Where are you guys playing? Have you picked a place?
We are doing it either somewhere in Hollywood or Eagle Rock.
Of course. The
Oh.
hipster basketball
Let
game's
me
got to
sum
be in
up.
Eagle Rock.
Let me sum up
Sorry.
this match,
Yeah.
this basketball game.
Nick,
okay?
I'm having a little trouble hearing over your accent, but we'll try our best.
Okay, all right.
Okay, Nick is big. He used to play in high school
He's 6'3".
because
Yeah, he's a big body.
Yeah.
And he's a fat guy. He used to be thin, and then he got really fat.
no, actually,
And
Nick's,
then he covered up his fat with buying new shoes a lot.
okay, Nick, Fat Nick, the hyena.
Nick smokes cigarettes.
Oh
yes,
yeah,
but he is in
He has
better
the body
shape
of
than
someone who does
anybody.
smoke cigarettes.
He is in better shape than anybody here, though.
Yeah, easily.
Only
without-
because he's younger.
No, because he works out a lot.
Do you
Well,
work
yeah,
out a lot?
Hey, I work out a lot, and I'm 15 years younger than everyone.
There's
in that
that too. Look,
He rode a bicycle from San Francisco to like Guam.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the bicycling.
Nick played a lot in high school because he
Played basketball a
never
lot?
went to school because he dropped out at like age 10.
He was a burnout. Didn't even smoke pot.
room. Yeah.
What a
I
fucking
smoked
waste.
pot in high school.
Shut up, loser!
You started smoking pot at age 37.
It was so good. Yeah, so good.
Now Nick is playing against Kevin.
Yeah. What?
Sit up so you can't see you. Go ahead.
Nick is playing against Kevin, who thinks that he's good at basketball because he beat Steve Howie when he was in 8th grade. A lot of comedians have their, for example, Sam Tripoli.
Like, I did this once. Yeah, Sam Tripoli thinks he gets
They
three
base
players.
their, you know, the way there's a study that says you ask people how long their commute is, and it's the best time they ever had. You ask comedians how good are they at sports, it's the best thing they ever did once 25 years ago.
I'm great on D, man. I'm great on D. How
I
is
am
you,
good at D.
you huffing and puffing up the court?
I am good on
Grab
D.
you by the jersey.
I can't play a lot of minutes, but those fucking 20 minutes I play, 20 minutes of hell, bro. It's lockdown defense and it's 3-point shooting. That's all I can do. I admit that. I'm not good at anything. I got no first step. I can do that. I've won championships. How many championships have you won? I've won 2. How many have you won?
I think
This sounds like
1 or
Al.
2.
This sounds like Al Bundy.
So Sam actually is.
I made 2 championships this year. When the team was losing, I came in, boom, changed fortunes around.
Do you remember
Made
the time
some
we played
GM
against each
moves.
other and I said I'd have more blocks on you than you'd have points? I remember that. And what happened?
No, you had 1 block.
And how many points did you
I
have?
had more points.
0.
I had 3 points. I had 3
No,
points.
you did
I had
not.
3
No,
points.
you don't. Don't change time.
Go, let's talk about Nick.
So is Kevin still talking shit about this game? Because as bad as Sam is Gary fucking Payton compared to Kevin Christie, whose major basketball thing has been drawing Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In the last 20 years, that's the
Well,
most
what are the
he's done
stakes on this? What is he? What
Yeah,
what
it is a
happened?
good. What are the stakes?
We haven't really come up with any.
Come up with them.
Yeah, we haven't come up with any, but I mean, I just want to.
Loser has to fuck Laura Valdivia again.
Oh. Now, have you both fucked her?
No, no.
Officially.
Why? Is she
no.
an awful fuck? She seems like she'd be exciting to bang.
Exciting.
Going either way.
What kind of word is exciting for that?
I think she'd be hot to fuck.
Well, remember, Sam gets excited by tears.
Oh yeah.
So
I do.
Smells like stomach bile.
Ari, do you have any suggestions for stakes for the?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are good at coming up with bets and things
Yeah,
like
but
that.
we're not good
What
at
should we-
finishing them. Like when you lose and you actually have to do something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shirker.
Horse's mouth over here.
Yeah, I
Oh,
actually
yeah.
did
Kettle
it
black.
though.
Kettle black.
I
Whoever
actually
saw
did
it?
it.
Who
I
saw
did
it?
I
We never
did
saw
it.
it.
No one
I
ever
did
saw it.
I
No, there's
fucking
no
did
Nobody
it.
ever saw it.
Fucking
There's no
full of
record
shit.
of it. Where's the
It
Twitter?
doesn't even fucking
What's
matter.
that?
I
Where's the Twitter?
fucking did it.
Where's
I
the-
went up on stage and I fucking
No,
did it.
that one. That was
Fuck
eventually.
You.
You didn't do
I
next five.
fucking did it.
You didn't do next
Fuck
five.
you.
didn't do
waited
that
till
one,
the
and you didn't do the
convenient
hat.
five.
Fuck you.
You waited to convenient five. We were thinking about the hat.
Fuck.
Yeah, you're
We were both
right.
thinking about the hat. The convenient five. Like, no, not the next
I
five.
burnt the fucking head.
By the way, you can tell Sam is wrong when he starts sounding like a Crystalia fan.
No, I fucking burnt my Dodgers
Where's the
hat.
picture?
I put it up.
No.
That guy from Albany will tell you that I did it if you
It
fucking
should still be
listen.
up. It's
All right,
still
I'll
up.
Find it. I'll find it, you cocksucking motherfucker.
My prediction is that you won't find it.
Okay,
because it
what if
doesn't
I do
exist.
find it? What if I do find
I'll
it?
suck your dick.
Really?
Yeah, I'll
okay.
suck it. I'll lick it strong.
Now that-
Okay.
This just got
Okay.
hot.
Okay.
I'm
It's
gonna
on.
lick
If I
it.
find it, it's on. If I find it,
I'm
it's on.
playing with the balls.
Okay.
I'm doing the
Done.
whole thing.
But wait.
Deal.
You got to find the tweet.
By the way,
I'm
No,
milking them
stop,
both.
stop.
I'm treating them.
He's just suck my dick. What are you gonna do?
I'm
He's
treating
got
them.
Okay, this is done. My thing's done. You
No,
haven't done
I'm not
yours
done.
at all.
If
I'm
you-
not even close.
Oh, yeah.
You got to find the
So
tweet.
we agreed that you're gonna suck my dick when I find
If you find the
But
tweet,
I'm gonna-
not the
no.
picture, the tweet.
No, not done.
We talked
Not done.
about-
I'm gonna
The
play-
tweet.
No, here's what's
Fuck
extra.
you.
I'm gonna play with your balls as if they were boobs.
Okay.
And gently caress them
That's
as I
cool.
have your cock in my
Okay,
mouth.
that's fine.
But I might gag because I've never really done this before.
I don't care.
But I want it.
I find that hard to believe. I find that hard to believe.
Every woman says that during a one-night stand. I've never done this
You won't be the
before.
first chick to throw up on my dick. You. Let's go back to you. You fucking.
You're going to
sugar.
find the tweet. You're going to find the tweet and show us the
What are
tweet.
you talking about? We're moved on from me.
No, you said, what am I going to do when you show me the
No,
tweet?
I want you to talk about why you haven't done your fucking Whitney yet. Why?
I'll
You
do
haven't
it.
done
I'll do it. I'll do
You
it.
saying that.
I already said the
You
last
saying
12
it.
episodes
You
I
keep
cannot
saying
get, and
it.
he's going to
Hold
get
on,
them.
Hold on.
The last
Wait,
week
wait.
you needed to download
You
the
can't
episodes.
find the. I can find you Whitney episodes.
The last
no,
12
no, you won't
episodes.
watch it.
The last 12
I'll
episodes.
get you. I'll get you
No,
the last
all of
12.
them at once. You have to rewatch
Which ones?
those.
I'll watch the last 12. I'll get you the last 12 episodes. It should be easy. to
Of
get.
what? The second season?
Whitney.
The last 12.
Of the last season?
They're not available
You
on
already
Roku.
watched the first season?
They're not. It's all available. That's the only thing available on Roku.
You know,
What?
guys, the
Is the
final
first
12
season.
Whitneys are
The
like
whole first season.
like the
Yep.
first
There's
season
only
of True
12 the second
Detective.
year?
No, then I think there's 22. The first 10 are available. The last 12 are not.
Oh. So how many did you
Tebow.
watch? 32?
Tebow.
Other than everything but the last 12.
You want the last 12? I'll get you the last 12.
But now I got to rewatch the whole thing.
The whole season.
In one,
Season. Just
two sittings.
22.
In two
22.
sittings.
Yeah.
In two sittings. I
Yeah,
got to
Nick.
Well,
rewatch it.
you already did the full first season?
So
Yeah, but I got to rewatch it. That's what we
How did the first season
established.
end?
That's what we
Let me
established.
How did it end? How'd the first season end?
Let me think about it because it runs into the second season.
How's the first season end?
Lampanelli gets a character in there for a while, and I think that's where the first season ends before it goes into the second season.
We'd have no way to verify this.
Can I make a point here? Oh, we
I
can
mean,
read
you can
episode
Wikipedia it.
synopses, but that's still too boring. Nick, so my
Yeah.
suggestion is your Kevin Christie gambling stake should somewhere be between like something bad, like sucking dick, and something awful, like watching Whitney. If you could put it right there in the middle there.
Go for the dick, though.
Yeah, dick is a little
Right.
better. Yeah.
What's like the limit of something you think you two would do?
I know. Because his dog, you know his dog, Cub?
Yeah, I
So,
gave him his dog.
Okay, whoever loses has to pull their pants to their ankles and just crouch on the floor with that dog around. Ass up in the air for 3 minutes.
Oh, I'll tell you right now.
Is there
Cub
peanut
will,
butter? Is there peanut butter? anywhere?
Cub will tear the fucking thighs up because he will hump
He
and
loves
he has
humping.
he loves humping and he has long.
So you got to
claws.
get on all fours with your ass up in the air, and just whatever
yeah.
this dog does is what happens.
I'm game.
But the thing is, I think Kevin does that when he's home alone with them.
He does have an advantage.
snap.
Yes.
Oh,
So you think that's a situation where he would throw the game just to do that?
Yeah.
Well, and you have Turtle reffing for you from Entourage?
He might.
He's
he
gonna
might.
flake out. I'm gonna have to be the ref.
It's not like an actor to do.
So now, what are you guys doing? Are you doing just one game? What are you playing to? Is it the best out of 3 games? How are you doing it?
Up to 31, win by 5?
It's first to 11, win by 2s, I think.
Yeah. First to 11, 1s and 2s, win by 2.
Here's the difference between
Can
Nick
Kevin
and
even reach the basket from the 3-point line?
Kevin thinks he's going to block
I think
shots
he
and
will have
steal.
no rebounds whatsoever.
Also, my advice to Nick is basically turn around and just back Kevin down in the post and turn and shoot.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Make
Kevin has no recourse.
And he has no heart.
Well, there's that too, yeah. Kevin thinks that he's in better shape than he is because he's been lifting weights, but what he doesn't understand is that he's still way, way out of shape aerobically. So
Right.
he'll get gassed during one-on-one.
All right, that's good. So what are the stakes? You guys don't have any.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come out. I mean, we have 5 days. to come
Oh,
up with
I have one.
something.
What?
The winner gets a Lexi Wasser.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
The winner gets a Lexi Wasser.
Did she try to fuck you, Nick?
Who's Alexi
What's
Walser?
Did she try to hook up with you ever?
Who's
I,
that?
I couldn't. I had a girlfriend, so I couldn't.
Female
But she
comic,
tried?
very pretty, was given to anybody who appeared on Late Friday back in the 90s or the 2000s.
She was so hot. 19.
We
Doug
talked
Benson at
for
40.
a minute, but we couldn't.
How about
Is
this?
this a long time ago?
Yeah.
The
open mic
loser
days.
has to wear jeans that are not tight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, what if you got to dress like a dumb fuck?
Acid
Has
wash
to wear
jeans.
a football jersey on stage
Oh, that's great.
and a
too.
fucking like
Oh, yeah.
John Caparillo
Yeah.
hat like for the
Douchebag
Browns
wear.
Yes, that's a
Douchebag
great
wear
one.
for
for a
like.
weekend
That's
at the
a good
comedy
one.
store.
Von
really
Dutch,
good-
you got to like really like.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Von
Von
Dutch
Dutch hat, jersey.
No hair products.
Look like John Gosselin.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good one.
For like your next 5 sets.
Next 5 sets as soon as the game's over. Next 5, regardless of
And
what
you
the
also
sets
have to
are.
tweet out a picture of you wearing the clothes, but not explain that it's a joke. Just like,
Yep, and every time you tweet a picture, you got to give like the rocker symbol,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I'm a real douchebag.
Yeah, and touch your dick.
Okay.
All right, dude.
Yeah, I'll run it by Kevin. I'm sure he should be cool with that.
So are you guys going to record the podcast like live? Like you'll have a podcast where you can listen to the game. There you go, buddy.
We should.
So
we
that's all
should
things
get
comedy.
Back to our bowling one too. We
Oh,
should.
yeah, what happened to bowling? Me? That's
You,
right.
you were out of town for so long, and you're like, when I get back, we'll talk about
Yeah,
it.
I'm back now.
Let's do it.
Would I have to beat you 2 out of 7?
Yeah, what were the stakes of that one?
I don't remember.
I thought it was. You said
Let's
if you
go
guys,
to the phones real quick.
you said if you bowled 5 times, you wouldn't win one of them.
Oh, yeah.
the Tripoli, is this
that was
because
the
your
bet.
brother's good at bowling that you feel like,
Tripoli's actually pretty good. I bowled
can
with him
bowl.
on his birthday.
I can actually bowl.
Are you Chris Hardwick good?
He fucked
No way.
around
Right
on
up
it.
there.
He fucked around on his birthday. He wasn't like totally trying, and he shot like a 140 something.
Yeah, there was cake. When he gets cake in the room, he gets convulsive.
170.
170.
I
Oh,
don't
easy.
remember a 170, but
Yeah,
I do
it was a
remember.
170.
If he can average 170, then it's going to be tough for you to get any.
He won't
He
be
ain't going
good
to average
once.
170.
won't.
He's going to bowl up to a 170. And
I got to say, look, your best game is going to be like 130 if you're lucky.
But all you have to do is win one, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
We
That's
bowl
it?
5 games. You don't beat me once. You
That's
wanna
the
make
bet. That is the bet that we've
Okay.
you already made
Yeah,
it.
but what were the stakes before? Can we get a caller, find out? Do we have any idea?
I don't
Yeah,
remember what the
phones are
stakes were.
going
We do have the bag
crazy.
of bets here now.
We do.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got him. I brought him
Phone's
here
going
to the show.
crazy. Dustin. Real quick. You always call in. How are you? How are you feeling?
I've done better.
Why? What's happened?
You still in the hospital?
He's got like a blown out asshole or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that'll happen.
Prolapse.
You still in the hospital, bro?
No, I'm out now.
Good.
So I was going to call in and talk about the incognito thing. I don't know if y'all have covered that yet.
I haven't talked about it yet, no.
Talked about it in a while. What's new about it? I don't
Well,
understand
the
what's
whole
new.
report just came out.
Well,
The
and
whole-
Incognito keeps like freaking out on Twitter, then deleting his account, then bringing it back, then
Incognito's the
freaking out
guy
again.
who talked to trash?
Yes, he was
so
the
he keeps
bullying
like saying
reunion.
fuck you, and then he's like apologizes.
Well,
then
then
he says, "Fuck
before
you."
it came out, he put out this whole thing. He released all the tweets
Yeah.
of the texts between him and Martin.
Yeah, to say like he said the same shit to me.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Here's what happened, man.
And also in a lot of those, I will say, in his defense, he was kind of being. There were times where he was being a nice guy and trying to be a bro. And I guess Martin was talking about killing himself, and Incognito was like, like trying to be like a cool friend at that time. So he was kind of being like, "Hey, I'm not just a dick."
Just texting.
Yeah, if I was a real dick, I would have told him to kill himself.
Yeah.
Well, I would say that they're both guilty, and then we'll get your opinion.
Guilty of
I
what?
think that Incognito was an asshole, and I think Martin hated the fact that they moved him off of left tackle. That's a big money spot.
Yeah.
And they made a trade. Hold on. They made a trade for a guy to replace him in the line. They were going to move him over the right tackle. That's a huge money loss.
Yeah.
If you listen to if you read the note that he put, or the letter his lawyer released about him being tough or not, he specifically mentions that he played left tackle for Stanford and Andrew Luck. If that didn't matter to you, why would nobody's asking what position you played?
He didn't say line.
He didn't just say line. He said specifically left tackle.
Now, my question is, I know for like franchise tags, for certain positions, it's based on the average of five.
Top four.
Top five. Does it work like that on the line, or is it specific position?
every position.
So it's left tackle and right tackle are different positions for the
Left
line.
tackle, because most of your
it's
quarterbacks.
my
top
question.
5 statistically.
But yes, I'm saying like if you're a tackle, it's not all
Average
5
salary.
tackles. It's top 5 left tackles, top 5
Five
right
richest
tackles.
people at that position.
Yeah,
they
that
average
franchise.
that, and that's what the franchise tag number
It's a
is.
big
for
deal
a
for
one-year
tight
deal.
end versus wide receiver because tight ends are paid lower, but certain tight ends play receiver essentially. For example, Graham for the
Yeah, and that's
Saints.
his argument. He's like, if you franchise tag me,
It's gotta be
I
as a
play
receiver.
just as much as I play tight end.
Yeah.
Don't franchise tag me at the lower number. Franchise tag me at the bigger one.
Yeah. But in the case of left tackle, right tackle, that's a huge difference because the blindside
and he
shit.
specifically says that. And
So, but what's
he
the-
leaves
why-
a week after he loses the job.
Right. That he who knows? I mean, it seems
I mean,
like
have
he's pretty
you-
hurt. Sounds like
Have
he's
any
hurt.
of you all read
depressed.
the report yet?
No.
Here and there.
Okay, I mean, it's 144 pages.
Yeah.
I got through, I think I'm on page 90 now.
Wow.
And one of the big themes is Martin even kind of admits that he is more sensitive. Like, he understands locker room talk, but, he's more sensitive to some of this shit. And he said the line that was crossed was when they started talking about his mom and his sister. And
That's his line. That's his line. That's nobody else's.
Yeah.
Oh,
Guys do that.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's-
we're also talking about, and we talked about this before, Dustin. A lot of times when you called in, we talked about this subject, even when it first broke. This is 24-year-old football players. This is the culture of a locker room.
Yeah.
This is a high school attitude. This guy's busting balls. This is not like something new to him. That's what
Incognito,
surprises me.
though, is a legendary asshole.
Sure.
Or he's been called.
He
on
was
the
an
carpet
asshole at the
before.
Rams.
Yeah, he's an asshole with the Cornhuskers.
He was an asshole on the golf course. We got fined $60
Everyone's
grand.
making jokes. Be like, dude, the way you do it's not funny.
Yeah, that's
Just
the whole
annoying.
thing. I agree with that.
Some people are bad at busting balls.
Here is, tell Dustin we're not going to be able to get to him, man, tonight. We're running out of time.
Oh, shit.
We got 5 minutes
Oh, that's
left.
crazy.
What I will say is this, is like, okay, it's locker room mentality, but is it to the point where the NFL is so corporate that it extends to everywhere?
They're
And
trying.
that
They're trying
is-
like hell
Is
to
the
make
locker
it
room
that
the
way.
same as us working at Starbucks? And I wouldn't be like, hey, man, I'm going to fuck your mother in the ass. Can I get a latte?
Well, that's the fear.
For each other.
They're going to try.
That's the fear.
But ultimately, the product is animals. So there's only, you know what? The zoo is corporate too, but there's only you're not going to be able to stop the animals from fucking each other. in
The
the
NFL would love America to think, hey, we have a very universally accepting workplace.
It's Disney.
La 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 la.
Exactly.
Plug your ears. We don't care what happens. Just make us money. Be football players.
Yeah.
It's like, of course, they're not going to be like, pardon me,
You have
sir.
a product
I believe
that-
that was my apple.
Yeah.
It's like, give me my apple, nigga.
It involves frontal lobe
athletes,
damage.
23-year-old
No, I
athletes.
agree with that.
The-
Okay,
I mean-
Dustin, real quick.
Look at Darren Sharper.
One of the problems is, how are you supposed to know what the line is? Like, he said it was acceptable to talk shit, but he said, they crossed that line.
Yeah,
Right.
but Martin.
Personal line.
Yeah, Martin says, "Oh no, you don't talk about my mom and sister." It's like, why? Because you're a fucking redneck.
No,
like
'cause
what?
he's a black guy who's from fucking Stanford.
Martin is. I thought
Yeah.
Martin was white.
No,
No,
Martin's
he's
a
actually
white
mixed.
acting black guy.
Oh. But it's like, yeah, it's just your line. So you got offended. You're the guy if everyone's busting balls, be like, stop it. And you're like, ha ha, he broke first.
And he, his whole thing in that report, from what I did read, he's gonna like, Yeah, I did partake in like the ball busting too, but I was just doing that to fit in, and everybody was busting my balls, so I just kind of played the game too, and that made it worse.
What is the
And then they
line,
got
man?
more
That's
mean.
the thing. Like, where do we start doing this? Where do we start regulating each other? Like, you know, there's things that we say on
When
this.
these stories stop becoming sensational, when this stops making TMZ, when this stops making
Incognito lost
ESPN.
games over though, didn't he?
They both did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like what we talk about
lot.
on this show.
Yeah.
You could take what we talk about on this show, where it's acceptable, where we joke with each other, where our listeners like it. You take it and you put it on Ellen, it's gonna seem like the most offensive shit
Sure.
you've
Oh,
ever
yeah.
heard. So
Yeah.
where's the line draw where we take a bunch of friends, even though we work together, we bust each other's balls, and then we take it out and we put it on Sports Center, and it sounds like, you know,
Yeah,
Adolf
where
Hitler's
can you not
speech.
just go like, hey man, stop. Don't talk about my sister anymore.
Look at Sean Salisbury.
Well, Sean Salisbury was going around showing everybody's dick.
Yeah, but that's not a big deal in the NFL. But that was a big deal.
Yeah,
when
we
it
do that at the
became
Comedy Store.
corporate. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
that's-
seen your
yeah.
dick more than I've seen
You
mine.
carry a picture around of your dick.
Usually.
I'm like, hey, did you see this printout? I think
Yeah,
just
yeah,
show
yeah.
a picture of your dick.
Dustin-
Oh, by the way, the picture of your dick last time where it's just your socks on my phone, all night the other night at the Comedy Store. Check out Ari's socks. And it's just
Dustin,
your
your
fucking hog.
wife is in third place. What do you think she should do to get more votes?
I told her.
There we go.
I will never know what you should do to get more votes. So what do we got to say before we go? Anything?
Well, it was fun to have you on as our guest of our show.
How was
30 minutes.
where were? Oh, you went to a bar mitzvah,
Bar mitzvah.
and then
We're
you're in
in
Chicago
this
next week.
weekend. Yeah, Friday,
Great.
Saturday, Sunday.
You're doing
Zanies,
both Zanies?
Rosemont, and downtown.
Cool.
Now have you
Oh, 2
had the
weeks
deep
in a
dish
row?
pizza in Chicago? I
Are
hear
you
it's
doing 2
incredible.
weeks in a row?
No, just Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh.
The deep dish pizza is worth getting.
Really? Where?
Yes. Lou Malnati's, is that?
I would say, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's
Okay.
way up there.
What's your favorite one there?
That's up there, man.
Now you're back on Hollywood Pies. Hollywood Pies went out of business, came back.
Went
and
out of business?
The day that he discovered it, he had to go.
Yeah.
Dude, I love
Hollywood Pies is my
talking
favorite
pizza?
Hollywood Pies is my favorite in Los
Me
Angeles.
too.
Yeah.
My favorite
And
in
there's
LA.
really no
Great.
second place. It's
I love Joe's Pizza.
Joe's,
800
Joe's is up there, but
800
Hollywood
different
Pies
style.
is-
Different style.
Have you guys been
completely.
800 degrees in Westwood?
Where?
800 degrees in Westwood, real good.
Yeah.
Not like the Hollywood
So
Pies.
good to
different.
watch Marriott.
He knows what's up.
Nice, nailed it.
Guys, you know what? This is
Oh,
an
yeah.
example
Dude,
of
it's like
going
7
Triple H.
pounds.
I know.
This is an example of going past the line.
You have to warm
that
that.
was
You can't
too
warm that up in a
fun.
microwave. You got to do it in a toaster oven or an oven.
No, that's all right, microwaved.
Really?
Yeah.
You
I
really
had
gotta
a
get
piece
through it
last
through.
time. My
It's so
last piece
thick.
last night.
800
No,
degrees?
No,
I'm saying just to heat it up.
Heat up, yeah.
Dave, what do you want to push?
I got nothing to push. Oh, Ari's going to be at Zanies this weekend.
Oh,
so
that's
yeah,
great.
that's what I'm pushing. Ari's appearance. It's
There's
guys.
a rumor we
true.
might be starting our show back up, but
It
we don't know
possibly
yet.
will happen. We'll
What
see.
show? Wednesday night?
Wednesday
Yeah.
nights in the belly.
What on Death Squad?
No,
No,
just
can't do that on the
our
podcast.
late. Yeah, we couldn't do that. Yeah, actually, you
Well,
probably
we could, but Esther would have to co-host it.
yeah, exactly.
It's too much insider stuff people don't want
Yeah, yeah.
the world knowing.
Exactly.
But you have to be able
That's
to
what
say.
makes it good, and that's what. Yeah, you don't want to put it out there.
So have you been to the? I've been to the roast battles.
Yeah, they're great. They're all
Holy
battle,
shit!
battle.
The last one was. I've never seen the belly room that packed before.
It was
I
loud.
got a tough one coming.
Loud as fuck.
Who are you going up against?
Matt Nost.
Tuesday at midnight,
You
right?
versus Matt Knowles?
Yeah.
I think you're gonna murder him.
Well,
Wait,
yeah, but
thought
I'm so easy to roast. There's a million jokes you can make about
Let me tell you
I thought
this-
you
He's
were Matt
hard.
Nost.
You're
Let
hilarious.
me tell you what
He's
you're
a
going to
hard
have
one.
to do. You're going to have to write a lot of, basically, the winners for that sort of thing is you write a lot of responses to things you know he's going to go after.
Exactly, and that's a done deal.
People love that shit.
I will be at the
all
Naughty
the
Show.
bullets out. Take
Oh yeah,
all
that's
the
trust me.
bullets
I did
out.
that when I did yours. The Naughty Show this Thursday at the Comedy Store, 9 p.m. I will be there. The 11th of March, I will be at the Irvine Improv.
This
the
is one episode.
12th of March,
So have I heard that?
I will be at that. We were doing dates. You just asked him what he's plugging. He's in Chicago.
Aren't we
He has
doing just
nothing.
One episode.
Yeah.
It's okay.
12th of March, I will be at Madhouse, San Diego.
SamTripoli.com for all my dates.
That's
all right,
it.
that's it.
Suck it.
It's really a.
Okay.
All right,
It's
guys.
like
Good
climax.
episode.